Also, our founder, President Talaivar Sri Srinivasan is also there. He is inaugurating this session. And our Secretary General Sri K. Ravi from Chennai is joining us. He is giving his felicitation address. So once again, on behalf of Kottayam LUGI chapter, I hereby welcome you all to this nice gathering. Now I request Ms. Ramani of Kottayam branch 1 to have the prayer song. Ramani, please.
Okay, sir.
Ramani.
Akhilanda Mandalam Manichoruki Adinulil Ananda Deepam Koluthi Paramanu Purulilum Spuranamai Minnu Parama Prakasame Saranam Ninityam Samarade Trishnagal Gaveni Samadayam Sandiyam Kshemavum Tingi Janadayam Kaitortinangi Janidagam Bhagatin Geetam Muyangi Naralokamembadum Anandam Nedi Vijayikyanindiru Namangal Paudi.
Thank you, Ramani. So, we are going to have the next item welcomed by Mr. Haridas. Before that, we have to go for a condolence message. As everybody knows, one of our colleague, Development Officer, SBA of Chennai Branch 25, so MTR, he passed away yesterday. So every meeting we were forced to have some condolence. Corona, നമ്മുടെ ഒരു സുഹൃത്തിനെ കൊണ്ടുപോയി ചെന്നൈ ബ്രാഞ്ച് 25-ലെ അലമേലു is known to everybody. Alameni is known to everybody. 83-year-old MDRT agents from Chennai. She was with us during the Zoom meeting last month. She was sharing her experience also. So her development officer passed away in COVID. So to remember him, and we have to pray to the God for the soul of MTR. So I request everybody to keep silent for 1 minute. Pray for his soul. So may God bless his soul. The entire LIC community, LIC family is mourning on his death. So for 1 minute we are taking a deep breath and let us mourn for him. So thank you, friends. Now I request Mr. Haridas to welcome this gathering. Over to Haridas.
I am audible.
Yes.
I am audible.
Yes, you are audible.
Good afternoon to everybody. It gives me immense pleasure to be here with all of you. I know it is very embarrassing to convene a meeting at this afternoon time. However, in the time of social distancing, we are forced to cope up with all sorts of discomforts and inconveniences. I am here to welcome all of you officially. The first person to be welcomed is our Talaivar Srinivasan, our founder, president of LUGI. He is well known to all of us. Not only a living inspiration to the marketing people, he is a legend also. Better he can be called a youth at the age of 82 years. I think we are lucky to have him to inaugurate this meeting. So I take this opportunity to welcome respectfully Talaivar on behalf of LUGI and myself. Next person to be welcomed, Mr. T.U. John, who sacrificed his life, wisdom, and time for LUGI. He is now the patron of our chapter Kottayam. So let me welcome Mr. T.U. John on behalf of LUGI and myself. Here comes Mr. K. Ravi, Secretary General of LUGI Chennai. Really, I am at loss of words to introduce this distinguished guest. He is a competent administrator, alchemist, and well-acclaimed salesperson. I am really honored to welcome his towering personality on behalf of LUGI and myself. As a surprise, we have an unexpected guest who had appeared in the LUGI meeting held in the last week, even before assuming the charge of Marketing Manager Kottayam Division. He is none other than Mr. S. Subash, Marketing Manager, Kottayam Division. So let me welcome our Marketing Manager, S. Subash, on behalf of LUGI and myself. We are honored with the presence of Dr. Mrs. SUBASREE VANAMALI, who is a phenomenon more than an individual. It's our fortune to get her today as a speaker about mindset for business miracle. May I repeat, mindset for business miracle. May I welcome her to this meeting on behalf of LUGI and myself. The next person who is here to deliver a discourse in digital marketing is none other than Mr. Vanamali Srinivasan, who is a giant in his field. I am also happy to inform you that Dr. Mrs. SUBASREE VANAMALI is the wife of this giant. May I welcome Mr. Vanamali Srinivasan to the meeting on behalf of Life and Writers Guild of India and myself. Let me welcome Mr. Jyoti Kumar, retired marketing manager, Kottayam Division, who also take part in this meeting. Now, may I welcome Mr. R. Padmanabhan, President of Kottayam Chapter, P. Chandradas, Secretary of Kottayam Chapter, and all the executive committee members on behalf of LUGI and myself. Let's welcome Mr. Praveen S. Nair, who is a trainer on par. His thorough knowledge on the subject is very admirable. He is remembered for his eloquence and mastery over the training. So let me welcome the host of the day, Mr. Praveen S. Nair, on behalf of LUGI and myself. Welcoming Mr. Ravi Thomas Abraham, Senior Business Associate and the co-host of the day, LIC managers, LIC officials, development officers, LUGI members from various chapters, and all the participants assembled here for this virtual Zoom meeting. I wind up welcome speech here. Thanking you.
Thank you, Mr. Haridas, for your wonderful welcome speech. Once again, on behalf of LUGI Kottayam Chapter, we welcome all the dignitaries. And now I request our founder president, Sri P. Srinivasan, Talaivar Sri P. Srinivasan, to inaugurate this meeting. As you know, the visionary, he took pain to organize the agents for their future, for their education, for their betterments. 20 years back, he started this organization, LUGI, in a manner in which every agent can be benefited. So now, after 20 years, LUGI is able to deliver the deliver the maximum to the agents. LUGI Central Committee, Managing Committee, it has been giving Zoom meetings after the lockdown. LIC's top officials, including chairman and for marketing, so for MDs, Southern branch zonal manager, and many dignitaries from outside India, many top agents of India. So many people were invited by LUGI and gave inputs in various aspects of the agents community. I think these meetings helped us a lot. And moreover, Kottayam chapter also. This is the 14th VSU meeting for all the agents. But before that, we were conducting CAP online classes. So in this Kottayam chapter also, we were conducting so many different meetings. R.K. Shetty attended 2 meetings. S.K. Sami of Malaysia gave a lecture in 2 meetings. SBS Sri Dashikumar once came. Sri Talevar Sri P. Nisimasan twice we attended the meeting. And our President, Mr. Sino, twice addressed the gathering. So we were able to give different kind of information to the field force. Moreover, in subject-wise, PS aspects was handled by Rashmi Pillai of Tanganur branch. It was widely accepted by the field force because many new things were learned by the field force during the class. Last Sunday, we had a session on NB handwriting. Here also, we were able to give maximum inputs to the agents community. Today, we are having a wonderful session on psychological approach. It will be handled by Srimati SUBASREE VANAMALI, our Vanamali's better half. And tomorrow, we are having a session on 3 subjects: claims, pension plan servicing, and customer portal. So tomorrow's meeting also will be helpful for our field force because all the doubts of claims, especially early, non-early claims, pension plan servicing, its merits, demerits, customer portal, everything will be handled by 2 of officers of Changanur branch, Ajita Kumari and Suhana S. Khan, will take class on these subjects tomorrow. So we are giving inputs in various aspects. So now on behalf of Kottayam LUGI chapter, I invite our founder president Sri P. Srinivasan, the youngest of this group, to inaugurate this great session. Over to you, sir, dear Talaivar.
Thank you, John. It is indeed a great opportunity for me. In John, I see a Jambavan. In Ramayana, Jambavan is a symbol of valor, courage, conviction, a personality of immense caliber and capacity to attract people. The success of LUGI is because John is with us from day 1. We are grateful to him. So I consider him as a Jambavan. And for Jambavan, you know what is the greatest work he did? When Hanuman was worried whether he has the capacity to cross to Lanka, only Jambavan told Hanuman that you can do it. Because John told Swami Padmanabhan that you can do this wonderful work. Today we are proud that Kottayam stands one among the 2 or 3 best chapters in the whole of India. Congratulations, Mr. Padmanabhan. You are just like a Hanuman. Jambavan found out your capacity.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
And I'm really happy that my good friend Vanamali is a tech genius. He knows management of technology. And very important thing is today, is better off, he is told. I think for all success of Vanamali, or for success of every man, the woman behind him does a major job. So probably SUBASREE has played a very crucial role. She knows how to manage human beings, and that's why she is going to talk about this. I am aware of her capacity, knowledge, brilliance, everything, and today you will enjoy it. Before I conclude, 2 tips I would like to give, because having come, let me give. Before that, I also thank Ravi for having my Secretary General to be present here. And I asked one of a friend, he was casually telling me he lost his Schiefer pen, which he purchased in Singapore, costing about 35,000 rupees. He told me after returning from Singapore, I lost it. I'm just simply worried about it. It's not I am a very millionaire. I can afford it. But I got a special attachment to that. I told him, okay, the best thing is you can purchase another one when you go to Singapore. But I asked one question, because I was in the process of canvassing Jeevan Umang from him. If you can't just bear the loss of a pen, how come your family will bear your absence? If you can't just bear the loss of a pen costing 25,000 rupees, how come your family will bear your absence? I don't wish it should happen. You never wish that pen should be lost, but pen was lost. Anything can happen today. So only life insurance can compensate your absence, my dear friend. And that is why I am sitting before today to tell you that it is time for you to think about life insurance, accident cover, disability cover, cancer cover, and very important is retirement fund. A combination of these schemes I give, and he has taken for 50 lakhs. This is a small tip I give. Then I am really grateful to everybody. I am very happy that current marketing manager, Mr. Subhash, is there, and retired marketing manager, my good friend, is also there, and also the Praveen Mr. Nai, who is a trainer. I'm really blessed. Thank you. God bless all of you. Enjoy the proceedings of the day. God bless.
Thank you, தலைவர். Thank you. അദ്ദേഹത്തിന്റെ ഉദ്ഘാടന പ്രസംഗത്തിൽ വളരെ നല്ലൊരു ടിപ്പാണ് തന്നത്. കാരണം ഇംഗ്ലീഷ് ശ്രദ്ധിച്ചാത്ത ആളുകൾക്ക് വേണ്ടി ഞാൻ പറയുന്നു, വളരെ ടിപ്പ്. ഒരു അദ്ദേഹത്തോടൊപ്പം യാത്ര ചെയ്ത ഇവിടെ നഷ്ടപ്പെട്ടു പോയ ഒരു ഷിപ്പേഴ്സ് പ്ലാനിനെ കുറിച്ച് വിലപിച്ച അദ്ദേഹത്തോട് തലൈവർ ചോദിച്ച ചോദ്യം, 25,000 രൂപ വിലയുള്ള ഒരു പേന നഷ്ടപ്പെട്ടപ്പോൾ താങ്കൾക്കുണ്ടായ ഹൃദയവേദന ഇത്രയധികമാണെങ്കിൽ അതിലേറെ വിലപ്പെട്ട താങ്കളില്ലാത്ത ഒരവസ്ഥയിൽ താങ്കളുടെ കുടുംബം എത്രയേറെ ദുഃഖിക്കും, എത്രയേറെ സങ്കടപ്പെടും എന്നുള്ള ചോദ്യം. ആ ചോദ്യം ഒരു ഇൻഷുറൻസ് വിജിലൻസിലേക്ക് എത്തിച്ചു. 50 ലക്ഷം രൂപയുടെ ജീവനപങ്ക് പൂർത്തിയാക്കാൻ കഴിഞ്ഞു എന്നുള്ളത് ചില സാന്ദർഭികമായി കിട്ടുന്ന അവസരങ്ങൾ എങ്ങനെ വിനിയോഗിക്കാൻ കഴിയും എന്നുള്ള ഒരു ടിപ്പാണ് അദ്ദേഹം മനോഹരമായി നമുക്ക് നൽകിയത്. 25,000 രൂപയുടെ ഷെഫേഴ്സ് പെറ്റിനെ കുറിച്ച് വിലപിക്കുമ്പോൾ നമ്മുടെ ജീവനെക്കുറിച്ച്, അതിന്റെ വിലയെക്കുറിച്ച് നമുക്കറിയില്ല. അതിനെക്കുറിച്ച് വിലപിക്കാൻ നമ്മുടെ കുടുംബം തയ്യാറാകുന്ന അവസ്ഥയിൽ അത്തരമൊരവസ്ഥ ഉണ്ടാകുമ്പോൾ എങ്ങനെ ആയിരിക്കും എന്നുള്ള ചിന്തിക്കാനുള്ള ഒരു അവസരമാണ് അദ്ദേഹം നമുക്ക് പറഞ്ഞു തന്നത്. നമ്മുടെ ഈ സമയത്ത് ഏറ്റവും പ്രധാനപ്പെട്ടത് ലൈഫ് ഇൻഷുറൻസിനാണ്. ലൈഫ് ഇൻഷുറൻസ് വിപണനം വളരെ മനോഹരമായി നമുക്ക് മുമ്പോട്ട് പോകാൻ കഴിയും എന്നുള്ളതിനെ കുറിച്ചുള്ള ടിപ്പ് കൂടിയാണ് അദ്ദേഹം പറഞ്ഞത്. So for the members who are attending this session from outside Kerala, please bear with us because sometimes we have to translate these things to Malayalam. So please bear with us. We know very well that you may not be interested in that, but unfortunately, the people of Kerala, they want some tips in Malayalam. That is why, even though there won't be any word-to-word translation, sometimes some kind of translation will be there in Malayalam. All other proceedings will be in English only. But sometimes some interruption may be there in Malayalam. Sorry for it. Now I request our Lover Sebastian from Changanasheri to introduce our today's speaker, Srimati SUBASREE VANAMALI.
Hello. Yes, sir. A warm good afternoon to one and all. I am extremely honored to introduce and welcome SUBASREE Ma'am to the webinar organized by LUGI Kottayam chapter. Our honorable speaker of the day, Dr. R. SUBASREE, is working as assistant professor in the Department of Counseling Psychology, Madras School of Social Work, Chennai. Mrs. SUBASREE has a teaching experience of 15 years, 10 years experience, years of experience in research and training fields, and she is into counseling field for the last 12 years. She has dedicated her entire life and career as a trustworthy psychologist, teacher, and trainer. Her core training areas are life skills, personality development, soft skills, employability skills, counseling skills, leadership training, and positive psychology interventions. She represented India as a master trainer for entrepreneurship training module among Commonwealth countries' trainees. Her counseling approaches are the needs of the hour. She has been conducting mental health webinars during the pandemic period for creating awareness and promoting positivity, and it had reached the 100th session by 4th June 2020. She holds membership in many reputed professional and academic bodies. She has published many books and written articles and research papers in reputed national and international journals. She has organized numerous workshops and seminars. I am pretty sure that through this session, SUBASREE Madam will be able to lighten up the rays of hope and optimism in our minds during these pandemic days. She is with us today to share her thoughts and views on the topic Mindset for Business Miracles. I positively hope that all of us attending this webinar will be able to create such a mindset capable of generating miracles in the form of huge insurance business. With a heart full of gratitude and respect, I invite SUBASREE Madam to deliver your electrifying address. Madam, now the floor is yours. Thank you.
So now I request Mrs. SUBASREE VANAMALI to have this wonderful session. A person who is having an experience of 15 years teaching, having gone through almost all the personality development measures, skills, career development, psychological impacts. So she will be able to guide us to a new tomorrow where we have to find our new ways of learning, our new ways of achievements, new places of achievement. So I request Mrs. SUBASREE to have her wonderful session. Over to SUBASREE.
Thank you so much. Good afternoon to one and all present here.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon.
Namaskaram to Talaivar P. Srinivasan avargal. Namaskaram to Kottayam chapter Thiru John Padmanabhan avargal and all the participants who are taking part. And I know Mr. Ravi from Chennai, so special vanakkam to him also. And my best of, all have been telling better off. I would like to mention at best of Vanamali, and also my the marketing managers who have joined, and also the entire participants who are actually joined today with us for this virtual forum. I am really immensely thankful and grateful to God for giving me this opportunity to connect to all of you during this lockdown period. Thanks a lot.
Thanks, madam. One small interruption. One thing, unfortunately, when you please 1 minute, because our Ravi is here. Before your speech, I have to honor him for a felicitation.
Sir. Jan sir, please. No, I too waiting for other other participants. Please allow her to talk. I'll later on I'll join with you, sir. Please.
Yeah.
And I would like to share my screen. Is it possible to share my screen? Could you please enable?
Okay, you can do it. You can do it. Okay, you proceed.
Enable the screen sharing, please.
Okay.
Yes, it's enabled. It's enabled. You can do it.
Recording
It's enabled. You can do it.
Yeah. Are you able to see my PowerPoint?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, the topic for today is mindset for business miracle. We all are looking at miracles to happen at home, that we really wanted to do business in a miracle way. And our Talavar is mentioning about, the miracles happen. I request all the participants to kindly mute your microphone. However, if there is any question, we will definitely have interactions once the presentation is over. I request all of you to mute so that we'll have a very smooth session. Thank you. Thanks for your cooperation. So let me talk about the COVID first. We all know that initially it was like a honeymoon period for all of us. Enjoyed in vacation, extra vacation, all of us at home, and the children were at home. They were enjoying, like rainy days, holidays, they were enjoying with us. And it was initially a very great, break for all of us. But having said that, there are a lot of initial stages over, and then, I could see that a lot of issues cropped up. From our college, we had an counseling helping line. We received calls of 30 to 40 every day regarding anxiety, depression, or n number of mental health issues. So now with this COVID, we all are into a threat of health. It directly hits the health of the person, and it directly hit the health of the person because of the immune system is low, or if you are not in the, if you have a comorbid condition, that is you already have some problem with you, alignment, like, issues related to heart or lungs or diabetics, people are prone for health issues. So one of the very threatening part is for the health. And the other part is for the mental health, which we don't know. Physically, we don't know what is going on, but mental health issues have been cropping up very, very high. I could see that a lot of seminars, a lot of webinars are focusing on mental health and well-being nowadays, because there is a possibility for people to get anxiousness. People are getting into depressive mode. People are getting into fearful state. It is all about they are thinking of so many other things in their mind. Because of that, they are trying. And it is so normal, because the unusual situation for the past 3 generations, we would have never experienced such a kind of scenario, that is lockdown. Such a scenario, and threatening, uncertain, novel COVID-19. It is a very, very strange thing for all of us. So the well-being of the people, from physical, psychological, emotional, social, and moral, all the levels, it is actually hampered. Kindly mute.
Please. Why somebody is still not muted? Still in unmute mode. Please mute all.
It's all muted, but they are unmuting. It's those who are unmuting will be out.
Should not allow anybody to speak.
John sir, those who are unmuting will be out of the meeting.
Okay. Let's come to the talk. So I would like to mention about, there is a lot of question or uncertainty is attached.
അതൊന്ന് കൊടുത്തെന്ന് തോന്നുന്നു കേട്ടാ.
എല്ലാരും മ്യൂട്ട് ചെയ്യേ.
സാറ് മ്യൂട്ട് മാറ്റുവാ.
അല്ല, നീ മ്യൂട്ട് ചെയ്യും.
Unmute. Okay.
Permanent mute. Subasree hoichu baaki ellare permanent mute.
Okay.
Sir, John sir, I am Gurumurthy. John sir, last 2 days they have a problem in Zoom. Last 2 days they.
Don't sir.
Kindly unmute her.
Yes.
Don't sir, mute her.
I think in the process, I have been muted.
Okay. Okay, sorry, madam.
It's fine. So it is, we have been talking about health, mental health and well-being so far. And when it comes to the future is threat for all of the people around. So people who are in small scale business or a large scale business, or people around, if you call it as an across the lifespan, I would like to say, children are in a very great tension. They don't know, they are attending classes, education through virtual media, for which they are not used to at all. Then if you look into adolescents, they are already in a trying period. They are in the transformation of their career needs. They are also getting into an flux. And if you look into the youngsters, the young adults who are in the verge of their college education, they need to choose their career. They need to settle in the job. Their entire future is in a question mark right now. Whether I will be recruited, whether I will get a job, whether I will be paid high, whether I will be observed, or whether I will complete my college during 2020 or 2021. So that kind of question is going on. When it comes to adults, it is a greatest challenge for all of us in this forum. All of us are going through this phase, that what will happen to my family status financially, and also for my children education, and also for the elderly care, and also the children who are growing along with, and my business, and as well as my spouse business. So all that is going in our mind every now and then. Elderly are going through a very great challenge. They are feeling already because of not unlike our Talaivar, he never comes into the zone of elderly. So the other people, if you look into, all of them are suffering because of isolation or something related to a kind of disability, or not able to be mobile. So all these are creating a lot of issues for them. So in that case, the situation is common across the lifespan. And being an adult, if we are not able to focus, and we are not able to face, and we are having so much of anxiety and future related worries, think about the children. They cannot even assimilate what is going on. They cannot even consume what is going on. What is that? They cannot comprehend the idea of what is COVID, and as well as the idea of lockdown. They feel they are in the imprisonment for a quite long time. So if you look into, we are as an adult have huge responsibility. I would say that we are under the the huge responsibility to take care of the entire the family, the first society, and then the children around us, and then the next, as you all are bounded now, connected to LUGI Rao. The LUGI is an entire and a web for you to connect each other. So that is a very essential thing for all of us to take care. So having said this, is that it is a challenge and crucial, and it is also a current scenario is threatening and challenging across the lifespan. And I also mentioned it is physically causing issues because health is affected. It is also a threat for cognitive functions. People have been worrying and thinking of negative things often, so there is no problem solving ability for many of them. And emotionally they are drained. They feel agitated, they feel frustrated, they feel angry for little things. They are not able to manage their emotions. And socially, they are virtually they are connected, but not face to face. Socially, they are disconnected to each other. So that is also one of the a very great challenge for all of us, because being a social being, social animal, we all are used to meet people and talk to them. And then I should say that LIC agents, the only source for you, the energy for all of you to meet at least few new people every day, new client every day. So that is the greatest challenge for you. and then the moral thing. So what is going on, or what is going on the entire world, the globe, what is that is shaking all of us, that is there in our mind. So if you look into the personal level, we are going through this. At the same time, professionally also you have been challenged enough. So business in all all levels. I should say that the person who's doing for everyday business with 500 rupees investment, or a person with 5 crores or 50 crores, or the equal amount of threat is there. If for a person who is having 50 crores, the fall is a great one. It can be a tragedy for him. Whereas the middle level people are getting affected more because they are being in kind of a rotation. They live with their regular rotation of their money. So the lockdown has really thrown as a greatest challenge for them. I don't know, in Chennai it is really worse because of lockdown. I don't know about the other places, and I don't know about Kerala also. But there is a lot of economical crisis, and there is a forecast about the economical crisis that's going to have at least the impact globally, at least for 2 years. So in that case, we are a developing country. We cannot actually say that it is possibly, definitely, we will also be challenged equally. And when it comes to financial setback, for people who have not been ready for such a kind of setback in financial arena, that it is going to be a great challenge for them. The rotation, the running commitment, and the EMIs, and as well as paying their regular routines, their rent for their offices, all these are the greatest challenge for them. So having looked into all the details of and financial setback, as a person from financial practitioners forum, it is a great challenge for the human being who are actually running a middle class level family. They are actually facing a lot of troubles and turmoils, and as well as challenges for them. And people who have not been created an emergency fund so far, they have not been kept savings, they have not been having an reservoir at their home, they are finding it very difficult. So the last one is the professional thing, is what next? What is that I'm going to do? How I'm going to sustain in the industry? How I'm going to come out of it? The very important word, how I'm going to bounce back. This is the greatest challenge for all of us. Having set the floor now, the entire COVID effect we have discussed right now. John sir, would you like to explain to them in Malayalam? Malayalathala parayanama?
Yes. You can also use Malayalam. I know a little bit Malayalam, you know. You can.
Fluency.
Malayalam പറഞ്ഞോട്ടെ. Please, Malayalam speak.
വേണ്ട, അത് മതി.
Okay.
കുറിച്ചാണ് പ്രധാനമായി കുട്ടികൾ മുതൽ പ്രായമായ വരെ ഉള്ളവർ ഇന്ന് ഇതിന്റെ വിവിധ തലങ്ങളിലുള്ള പ്രയാസങ്ങൾ അനുഭവിക്കുന്നു. അത് പലതരത്തിലുള്ളതാണ്. കുട്ടികൾക്ക് ക്ലാസ്സിൽ പോകാൻ കഴിയാതിരിക്കുന്നു. മറ്റാളുകൾക്ക് ഇപ്പൊ അറിയാം, നമുക്ക് 10th and 12th എക്സാമിനേഷൻ നടക്കാതിരിക്കുന്നു. അവർ ഏത് രീതിയിൽ ബാധിക്കും എന്നുള്ള പേടിയുണ്ട്. പരീക്ഷകൾ എപ്പോൾ കഴിയുമെന്നുള്ള പ്രയാസമുണ്ട്. മറ്റുള്ള ആളുകൾക്ക് ജോലിയെ കുറിച്ചുള്ള ബുദ്ധിമുട്ട്. കാരണം പല ആളുകൾക്ക് ജോലി ഉള്ള ആളുകൾക്ക് പോയി, ചിലർക്ക് കിട്ടാതെ വരുന്നു. അങ്ങനെയുള്ള ഒരു കാത്തിരിപ്പ്. പ്രായമേറെയുള്ള ആളുകൾ, എൽഡർലി പീപ്പിൾ, അവർക്ക് ആരോഗ്യത്തെ കുറിച്ചും അവരുടെ ഹെൽത്തിനെ കുറിച്ചുമുള്ള ചിന്താഗതികളുണ്ട്. അത് ഇന്ന് നിലവിലുള്ള ഒരു പല രീതിയിൽ അവരെ ബാധിക്കുന്നു. അവരുടെ ആരോഗ്യത്തെ ബാധിക്കുന്നു, മാനസിക ആരോഗ്യത്തെ ബാധിക്കുന്നു. ഇതെല്ലാം അവരുടെ സോഷ്യൽ ആക്ടിവിറ്റീസിനെ ബാധിക്കുന്നു. എങ്ങനെ ആണ് പ്രധാനമായി അവരിലേക്ക് എത്തുന്നത് എന്നുള്ളതാണ്. ശാരീരികമായി, മാനസികമായി നമ്മൾ സോഷ്യൽ ഡിസ്റ്റൻസിങ്ങിലൂടെ പരസ്പരം ആളുകളെ കാണാൻ കഴിയാതിരിക്കുന്നു. വെർച്വൽ മീഡിയയിലൂടെ നമ്മൾ പലതും ചെയ്യുന്നുണ്ടെങ്കിൽ കൂടി നമുക്ക് ശാരീരിക അകലം പാലിച്ച് നിൽക്കാനേ കഴിയുന്നുള്ളൂ. പലപ്പോഴും കുട്ടികൾക്കാണെങ്കിലും ക്ലാസ്സിലിരുന്ന് പഠിക്കുന്നത് പോലെ, അല്ലെങ്കിൽ ജോലി ചെയ്യുന്ന ആളുകൾക്ക് ഒരു ഓഫീസിലിരുന്ന് ജോലി ചെയ്യുന്നത് പോലെ ചെയ്യാൻ കഴിയാത്ത ഒരു കാര്യമാണ്. ഇപ്പം ജോലി നടക്കുന്നുണ്ട്, പക്ഷെ പരസ്പരം കാണാൻ കഴിയുന്നില്ല. മോറലി പലപ്പോഴും നമ്മൾ ഒരു വീക്ക് ആവുന്നു. പിന്നെ പ്രൊഫഷണലായിട്ട് പറയുന്ന ബിസിനസ്, എല്ലാ തരത്തിലുള്ള ബിസിനസ്സിനെ ഇത് ബാധിച്ചിട്ടുണ്ട്. ലോക്ക്ഡൌൺ സാമ്പത്തികമായ ഒരു ക്രൈസിസിലേക്ക് എത്തി നിൽക്കുന്നു. ഫൈനാൻഷ്യൽ സെറ്റ്ബാക്ക്, സാമ്പത്തിക തിരിച്ചടി ഉണ്ടായിട്ടുണ്ട്. എമർജൻസിക്ക് ഉപയോഗിക്കാൻ കഴിയുന്ന രീതിയിൽ ഒരു ഫണ്ട് നമുക്കില്ലാതെ വരുന്നു. അങ്ങനെ എല്ലാ തരത്തിലുമുള്ള ഒരു പ്രയാസം ഈ ഒരു കോവിഡ് നമ്മളെ ബാധിച്ചിരിക്കുന്നു. ലോക്ക്ഡൌൺ കാലത്ത് പലപ്പോഴും മാഡം പറഞ്ഞത് ചെന്നൈ പൂർണ്ണമായ ലോക്ക്ഡൌൺ ആണ്. കേരളത്തിലും സ്ഥിതി ഒട്ടും മോശമല്ല. മിക്കവാറും പല സ്ഥലങ്ങളിലും മൂവ്മെന്റ്സ് ഉണ്ടെങ്കിൽ പോലും അത്ര ഫ്രീ ആയി നമുക്ക് പോകാൻ കഴിയുന്നില്ല. അതിനെ എങ്ങനെ നേരിടണമെന്നുള്ളതിനെ കുറിച്ചാണ് പറഞ്ഞു വരുന്നത്. ഓവർ ടു യു മാഡം.
Thank you so much. So I have been telling you about the entire challenges and threats, and as well as the psychological impact, psychosocial impact about COVID. But having said all this, isn't it so dreadful? Is that nothing we can do? We cannot move. We cannot do anything. I just really wanted to throw a light on very few personalities. They have done remarkably excellent in their in their life, and they were also in a lockdown quarantine period. It was great plague. You all know that it is hit in the history. You might be knowing some of the people who are here. Newton, of course, everybody would have been very, very familiar with Isaac Newton. When he was in a plague, he was been in a great plague was affecting his entire country. He was quarantined in a place, and he was in a very small place in his it's a kind of an house with a beautiful garden around. He was there inside the room, and that was the period he has first found the prism, what we are calling it as an WebGR. The white light has the rays of all the colors. That was the period he has found out. And you know that the greatest other the invention he has made is Isaac Newton did lot. That was the period he found that the apple is falling down, and he was mentioning about the law of gravity. So he is the person who was sitting inside the pandemic. Because of that particular lockdown has created him to think even more. That is something called very creative, innovative thinking. So it is not actually threatening for all of us that you cannot do anything. You will shut down and you cannot able to move. You will be psychologically, cognitively, all that areas have been shut down. It is not true. When it comes to Shakespeare, all the three important plays he has written, and there are so many people, the artists, world-renowned artists, playwriters, poem writers, all of them, Edward Munch, and also Thomas Nike, and Victor Hanko. All these people have created such a great contribution during such a kind of quarantine. So Isaac Newton came out with calculus formula during the quarantine period. So there is a possibility for all of us. Is it a curse? Is it a curse that I cannot do anything? It is not at all. There are a lot of things you can do from even at home. Even you are not being able to move. Even you are not being led to do what the usual way you used to do. So having set the platform for all of you, there is a possibility for all of us. There is something called design thinking. So this is the mindset I'm going to talk about. Before this, I really want all of you to think of something very, very innovative all of us would have done during this pandemic period. Something with an available resources, we would have come out with an easy solutions for all of us. And just think of yourself and what are the it is a kind of an greatest challenge for all of you, because all the time you agents have been outside the house. You never spend much time with family. When it comes to a family, how many of you have really felt that it is the greatest challenge? And now I could see that I can be at home and work efficiently also, and people are able to turn their own home at an office place, and they are able to work in a very small constrained area also as an office. They are able to produce things or even cook within available resources. That is something is called the very important thing, design thinking. So that is what I'm going to talk about. So I used to listen a lot of Dr. Iren Baye's talk. I was listening to him. He was mentioning about one of the book on the psychology of a new psychology of success. That is about a mindset. I would also share it to all of you in the group so that you can read that book. The mindset, that is he talks about two kind of mindsets. One is about the growth oriented mindset. The other one is about the fixed mindset. People who are really having an fixed mindset, it is very difficult. Before moving to that, I would like to mention what is actually a mindset is all about. Yes. Can I proceed? Padmanabhan sir.
Yes, you can proceed.
Okay. So in that, very important is the people who are having a design thinking will be very curious, observant, very novel in their nature, and very, very empathetical towards what around the people around, and then also very optimist their potentials. They're very optimistic. They challenge and very innovative. They consider a bigger picture rather than the here and now. So as I mentioned that if you are connecting with your own people, your own client, every day at least 10 people, and talking about and listening to them very actively, empathetically listening to them, also allowing them to provide the platform of sharing their fears and anxiety, and also supporting them, and also mentioning them that what kind of help you can render to them, a best small kind of act of kindness, any kind of help could be possible from your side. If you do that, it is creating a greatest support for them during this pandemic. If you look into this, LUGI is creating such a kind of greatest help for all of you. One is about learning something new and also getting supported, and also about that you are not the one just left behind. You are one among the entire global population. You can actually come out of it. We call in psychology this is a conformity. I'm not the only person suffering. There are a number of people are there. I can actually overcome because there are a number of people are struggling to come out. I will also overcome. So that kind of conformity we get when you look into. And LUGI also gives in such a kind of forum for all of us to learn new skills, and think innovatively, and think about what something positive. It is not talking about the problem alone. It is talking much of a solution. So we all require a solution focused thinking right now, rather than thinking about only COVID, lockdown, and also quarantine. So let us be prepared for the the post-lockdown period. What is that I'm going to do? How I'm going to bounce back? What are the skills I have? How I'm going to hone myself? That could be the wonderful answers for yourself right now. So I made an understanding about what is design thinking for all of you. Design thinking is something you have something already in your hand, which you can actually modify it and make it as user friendly and with an humanitarian note. If you have a person who is calling you and seeking for help during this period for anything related to any kind of help, let it be a medical thing, or let it be a question, let it be a doubt, let it be in psychological counseling, let it be anything. If you're able to connect to the right person, that itself is the greatest help for them. So having said this, I would like to move on to the next one. It is about what is this really COVID has given all of us this particular period. Also, we have been so innovative. Look at the products we all have been enjoying, and we have seen there are a number of people were having design thinking in their mind. They make use of this particular period and started inventing so many things. There is one there are a lot of masks available resources. People started using masks, and I saw one of the girl from Kerala school. She has invented how you can have the marks fixed in your uniform, so that it is not actually misplaced or owned by somebody else. It has been posted in the WhatsApp. I have seen that. And if you look at that, available resources have been made into mass, and how you can protect yourself. There is a hook I had again in the middle of it. If you look into that, without touching the lift, without touching the knob of the door, how you can unlock it, how you can open it. That is one. Another one is about the medical things, no? Whether it is a sensor mission to diagnose COVID, or it is about a sensor mission to look out your temperature and your other details. And when it comes to an sanitizer dispenser, that was a fantastic one. It is already available, isn't it? We know there is a dustbin which you can press it through your foot and it will open so that you don't touch it. So the same principle has been applied. This dispenser has been used. That is a design thinking. Already something is there, but I'm able to utilize it for a betterment for the humanity. Right now, what is required for me? That I'm placing it in front of me and doing an innovation. There is a wristwatch attached to that. If you are crossing a positive person, it gives you a beep. So many meters away, so that you are cautious about that. And it also monitors your temperature, your other oxygen level, everything. And it is also giving you which area is COVID affected. So this is an innovative thinking. And think about an lift operating keychain, which could be used within your keychain. You can actually use it. And I was really thrilled when I was seeing that COVID coronavirus helmet. That was a fantastic idea about of an young man who invented. He was not keeping himself very depressive mood, and he's saying that I don't have anything in world, what I'm going to do, all that. He was start thinking of something very innovative. He did an COVID helmet to make people to understand how you can actually create awareness. And this is very threatening, and as well as people are really fearful about it, people are able to visualize it, so they will wear definitely helmet or a mask when they are coming out. So that is one of the thing I would like to mention. Robot gets medicine for you. The drone is being used for finding out the corona positive area. So all these were available, but you were able to use it very wisely, design it properly, to use it for at present. That is something called design thinking. You all can do. The LIC come out with the different policies, and some policies they will say that I'm going to wind up this year. So you will be urging for finishing for MDRT, and you will be doing a lot of business with forecasting. This is going to be closed, and they will come out with an another avatar of that policy. They will have an improvised version of that policy, and they will come out. So such a kind of innovation is required to exist in this world. That is possible even during this COVID. That is what I really wanted to mention. This lockdown is not shutting down for all of us. I know it is not shutting down our creativity or thinking or innovation or any skills. It is making us to think more, be innovative, and also very creative. So having said how it is possible for all of us, I would like to throw light on this mindset. It is a really important, matter for all of us to look into. At least whatever the age you are, there is a possibility for all of us to change the mindset. There are people who are already existing with such a kind of mindset. Congratulations, thank you, please proceed on. The people who are not having such a kind of mindset, I would like to mention there is a possibility for all of you to shift yourself from that. So this is mindset is all about an assumption, a method, or whatever the group of people thinking about. In psychology, the cognitive psychology, we call it the representation, mental representations of the cognitive process activated in a given task. It may be your opinion, it may be your attitude, it may be an approach, it may be anything, and a thinking pattern related to that particular event or a deed. That is what this mindset is all about. So Carl Dweck, this is the book I was mentioning about, the psychology, the psychology of new success is the book name, I think. It is on mindset. So he mentions about there are two types of mindset. One is growth mindset and the another one is fixed mindset. And people vary.
Subasree,
yes.
On the full screen you put it, because slideshow, if it is in full screen, we'll be able to view it in a way.
Done. Yes.
Okay.
So Carl Dweck's mindset is about the growth mindset and fixed mindset I was talking about. And then we are moving on to, so how we can break this thinking pattern. So we all have a pattern of thinking. So as you all have a routine, right from the morning to evening or night, you have a routine, isn't it? So that routine, if there is any difficulties, that is the reason COVID has been find out the greatest challenge, because your routine is totally changed. People are not able to embrace the routine. People are not able to go to the bedtime and wake up at the right time. Their routine is entirely collapsed. Not able to have their fixed schedule for breakfast and lunch, and also night dinner, and sleep pattern is changed. All this is the greatest challenge. So if something is, the routine is challenged, and then it is difficult for the people to get into. The same thing, the brain also thinks in one pattern. So there is a pattern for all of us to think about. So design thinking is all about both convergent and divergent. Convergent is having a very critical thinking and making it very narrow specific, and divergent is open-minded and making all the possible solutions into that. Both together people are able to design it. I would like to mention one of the example over here. There is one person who has invented a mission, that is an MRI mission, the scan mission, which you all know that it's a brain scan mission. You all know that how it looks like. You will be going in a hollow kind of a hole inside. You will be lying down and head will be going inside. You will feel very terrific when you are moving inside, because it is a great amusing experience for all of us. Already we are in a threat, like something has happened to my head, they are going to scan. The other one is about the entire mission looks very threatening. So people are having a kind of an horrified effect when they are getting inside the hole, it seems. So he was been looking out how his mission invention. He was just going through the corridors of that particular hospital, when he was hearing a small child was talking to the mother. He was hearing to that the child was saying that I'm really scared. I'm really scared and threatened. How I'm going to face this MRI scan, I don't know, mother, because it looks like an devil's mouth. I cannot get inside. I'm feeling very horrified to get inside. It says that it's like a horror movie for me. I cannot go inside, the child was telling. This fellow was really shocked, and he felt that I need to really do something for this child. If the children are so much frightened, how it is going to help them to find the actual scan? And when the brain waves are disturbed, it is not going to exhibit the same kind of the conditions which is required for all of us to diagnose. And if you put the children in anesthesia, it is going to be greatest challenge for the people all around. So most of the time people have used anesthesia to use that. Then they have come to know about that we can do wonders with a thought process. That is what he mentioned. He has written about this in his invention. He said that he made it as a game mission. The same mission, the prototype looks like a game mission. When you go, it will sing, there will be pictures, there will be a song, there will be cartoons, and it was like a video game for the child who is entering inside. The children were really, happy, enjoying, felt very, very lightened, and they felt that it is a kind of a new experience for me. Like going for an amusement park, I will definitely go and, virtually experience it. So there is a lot of people were ready for it. So the anesthesia given for the children has rapidly come down. So this is, I'm not actually telling you something very, very, it's like a story. It is has been happened and it has been recorded and the author is written. It is so nice to hear somebody is able to think and his own pattern, thinking pattern has been broken and he has come out with an innovation. The prototype has been improvised, that's all. So something is available, you can do wonders. And innovation is something which you are actually doing something very new out of it. A person who is using a mask as a mobile charger panel, there are certain things which you will feel that very, very funny, but it looks like an innovation. A lot of innovation comes into that. Critical thinking, we all know that. So during this particular period, we all have to be very, very critical thinking is very essential because we need to be very active psychologically. That leads to a lot of energy for all of us to work towards the humanity. I just want to tell you here why I should work towards the humanity. For you, it is all about human connections. I think for LIC agents, it's all about human connections. Your first priority is having a very good clientele, circle. And any business in that case, who is the is the end user? Who is the last user is our actually and God for all of us. So I am going to sell this product. He is the person last user. He is a God for me. So in that case, I am a person within connection within humanity. I should be able to practice all this thinking and lateral thinking. Lateral thinking is very, very essential for all of us right now. So don't have a fixed idea of I can do only this type of business. Think about an adjacent business. So I know one of the person who's a supplier for all of us, my friends, is in computer supplier, laptop and accessories. He immediately, when the online business was cropping, when the online business was actually peaking up, he immediately shifted to mobile also, in mobile accessories also. And then he was also seeing a lot of threat for that. He immediately think of, if you have run a company, what are the other accessories you have to really give them? CCTV camera you have to give. You should give all the accessories for that particular company. He has covered all those dealership. And now with this COVID, he has not stopped his business. He's thinking that I can do a lot of business, ma'am, because people are working at home. I am doing a lot of laptop supply, number one. Number two, he has taken up sanitary, sanitizers. The sanitizers, he is supplying it. So there are a lot of possibilities for all of us. We can actually utilize it. That is called lateral thinking. We must actually activate all this level of thinking, reflective thinking. If people are talking with a lot of pain and a lot of issues when they are talking, you should also acknowledge their emotions. You should also connect with them empathetically. Empathy is connecting ourselves in their position, feeling what they are feeling. That is very essential. If the person is able to understand that, they will definitely come forward whenever there is a possibility. They will never think of anybody else because you have connected with them emotionally. This is possible. All of us has to just fine tune our thinking pattern. We can break our thinking pattern and redo our patterns, because brain is capable of learning, unlearning and relearning. That has been proven by a lot of researchers. I can give you a lot of research examples also. So having set the forum for what could be I can do as a person, as a professional, accept your personal responsibility for your own growth. No one can do it, only you have to do. The readiness for tomorrow must be there in you, because after this lockdown is over, how are you going to embrace the business? How are you going to kickstart your business? There will be a lag in the motivation level, I understand, because you have been used to so many months at home, not going out, not seeing people, not even starting your vehicle. Even your vehicle will actually, have trouble in starting up. You have to really kickstart your vehicle now and then, otherwise it won't work. So a vehicle itself is required a kickstart now and then. Think of the human brain, human skills, it will also decay. So it is also a mechanical machine. You need to really, pour a lot of energy into that. That you can do it through connecting with people and connecting every day. That readiness is very essential for all of us. And take time every day to do something for yourself. Let it be a meditation, let it be yoga, let it be a workout and physical exercise, let it be anything for your own self. Focusing yourself is very essential. This, they also find out that people who are introspecting, that is, they are thinking about themselves, going inside and talking to themselves, it really helps them to develop their mindset. And it is also very, very positive, constructive. So there is a possibility for all of us to change this by doing such a kind of practices. So this being with yourself, if it is a walk, consciously walk every step I am making is for my betterment. Say something very self-affirmations. Your subconscious mind stores all this. It is very essential for all of us to boost our morale, to keep the other people energy level high. The children and the other people, elderly or the other person, spouse at home, should feel energized, should feel positive, and they should not go into a low mood at all. For that, you need to keep up your morale high. You generate that kind of energy to them. So that is very essential for all of us to do that. And then take an online class or stay current in the field of expertise. For example, now you all are connected through LUGI, updating yourself. Like that, you can also join some online classes, do MBA in financial practicing, or something you can do. There are a lot of hardware university is coming out with a free course. There is a chance for all of us to embrace and do that also. And then listen and watch media personnel and professional growth for topics. Don't see this COVID or statistics or which area is affected much, what is the statistics, how many people are dying, all that is not necessary, because anyway it is going to happen. Do you have a control over it? You have control over only the remote, operate the remote. Don't see that. They say that the secondary level of stress, watching all this media is creating secondary level of stress. You don't actually connect to the primary level. That is, you don't have a person who is positive next to you. But if having watched, seeing so many people suffering in media itself affects your morale, your mood, your emotions. For example, I'll tell you, if you watch any good movie, a fantastic movie, a patriotic movie, the entire day you will feel Indian. I'm a very patriotic person. You will feel there is a lot of, Indian flow is inside your Bharat. And if you look into a very, very aggressive movie and the hero is working for justice, you will also rise for justice. Then entire day you will be moved on that direction. So that is possible. The media will hypnotize you. Never ever watch and negative things during the COVID period. Already it is there, already it is lying. Why you really want to invite stress? It is already there, you all know. You don't have a control over it. You have only one control, that is prevention. You can stay at home, possibly. If you're going with prevention, that is fine. If you're able to create all those, preventary measures like wearing a mask, not touching your nose and eyes, and also washing hands now and then, and maintaining social distance, it is enough. If you are aware of this, there is no threat for all of us at all. So if you are able to think about this and also come over it, it is very easy for all of us to handle stress in a minimum level, and never look back for the past and only control over our actions now. Instead, you should be doing right now. So I really want to say, I was doing this, I couldn't do that. Lot of worries attached to our past. Stop doing that, because you cannot change the situation or scenario what has happened. We don't have a control over it, but we have a control over right now, that at this moment. It is very, very, very practical, logical, rational, isn't it? I have a control over right this moment. I don't have a control over the past. But having said that, investing my time now will create an impact in the future. That I can do. That means I'm positively investing my time right now will create an impact in the future. That I can actually vouch for. That you can actually construct yourself and learn other people's experience. You need not go through. You need not go to the market and also, being along with them and get the, infection. You can watch people around and you can just stop, mingling. You can learn from others' experience. There are a lot of people are sharing their experiences during this pandemic. And if you look into, Talavar has come out with various webinars. He has given a lot of sharing. His own life incidents, his own life, yes, just now he gave tips for you using a pen. So this is his own experience he is sharing. So you can learn from others' experience rather than you experiment everything on your own. So I would like to mention, it's very, very possible for all of us to break the thinking pattern and come out of it. It is possible for all of us.
So thank you. 1 minute I will.
Yes, I'm ready.
മുമ്പ് മുഴുവൻ സമയം പുറത്ത് ഇരുന്ന് ജോലി ചെയ്തവരാണ്. അതായത് ഫീൽഡിൽ പോയി മുഴുവൻ സമയം പ്രവർത്തിച്ചിരുന്നവരാണ്. വീട്ടിലധികം സമയം ചെലവഴിക്കാതിരുന്ന ആളുകൾക്ക് ഇപ്പോൾ കൂടുതൽ സമയം വീട്ടിൽ ചെലവഴിക്കേണ്ടി വരുന്നു. ആ രീതിയിലുള്ള പ്രവർത്തനങ്ങൾ വരുമ്പോഴുള്ള ബുദ്ധിമുട്ടുകൾ. അപ്പൊ അതൊരു പ്രശ്നമായി കാണാതെ അതിനൊരു സൊല്യൂഷൻ കണ്ടെത്തേണ്ടിയിരിക്കുന്നു. അത് പുതിയ തലങ്ങളിലേക്ക് നമുക്ക് എങ്ങനെ എത്തിക്കാൻ കഴിയും? അതിന് ഏറ്റവും ഉദാഹരണമായിട്ട് പറഞ്ഞത്, നമ്മുടെ ഒരു സ്കൂളിലെ കുട്ടി തന്നെ ആ യൂണിഫോമിന് ചേർന്ന രീതിയിലുള്ള മാസ്ക് ഉണ്ടാക്കി, അത് തമ്മിൽ മാറിപ്പോകാതിരിക്കുന്ന മാസ്ക് ഉണ്ടാക്കി. അതുപോലെ തന്നെ സാനിറ്റൈസേഴ്സ് കൈകൊണ്ട് ഉപയോഗിക്കാതെ പകരം കാലുകൊണ്ട് പമ്പ് ചെയ്യുന്ന രീതിയിലുള്ളത് ഉണ്ടാക്കി. അത്തരം കുറേയേറെ സൊല്യൂഷൻസ് കണ്ടുപിടിക്കാൻ കഴിഞ്ഞു. നമ്മൾ ഒരേ രീതിയിൽ ചിന്തിച്ചാൽ നമുക്ക് മുമ്പോട്ട് പോകാൻ കഴിയില്ല. അത് എങ്ങനെ നമുക്ക് മാറ്റാൻ കഴിയും? അത് സ്ഥിരമായി ചെയ്തിരുന്ന റൊട്ടീൻ പോലെ നിരന്തരമായി ചെയ്തിരുന്ന കാഴ്ചപ്പാടുകളിൽ നിന്ന്
Yes. May I proceed?
Yes, ma'am, you can proceed.
Yes. I think John's is
Audio
audio is, yes.
audio is not good.
Okay, so the next very important thing is we are coming to the very important component called how can I have the growth mindset? So we are having said that mindset is important. A person with growth mindset, how he is actually related to us. You all must be knowing what is growth mindset, but I would like to mention it what is growth mindset. I can do anything. At present, I will do my best. The person who is ready for growth will definitely accept the reality and also be prepared and have the readiness for that. That is called a growth oriented mindset. That is openness for any kind of challenges. He embraced the challenge very easily. So he is able to embrace challenges because the acceptance is already been brought into line. When you accept anything, it becomes easy for you to think of. There is a less worry, less tension, less anxiety. So you are able to think. Your emotional brain is settled. Your cognitive, your thinking brain is working. So there is a possibility for all of you. So there will be a saying, during angry, don't take decisions. Even when you are very happy, don't take decisions. Wait for a while, think logically, then take a decision. Why so? The emotion brains are very active. The logical brain, the frontal lobe, is not much active. So that is the period you need to focus on. So, sorry. So when you are having an logical brain active, when you are thinking, the problem solving takes very easily. Critical thinking, innovative thinking, all that I have mentioned is easy for you. So you have to really be accepting the future, accepting the present, accepting what has happened. That is required. For example, I have an understanding about this entire pandemic. I know which I don't have a control over it. I cannot change anything. I can only take preventive measures. I can only strengthen my skills. I can only strengthen my growth oriented mindset to embrace the future. This is what we can actually talk about. So I welcome a kind of a person with a growth oriented mindset will welcome criticism, feedback in a very healthy and constructive way. He or she could be able to bounce back very easily because they take all the feedbacks in detail and they will try to work on it. They wanted to really work on it. So it is a learning oriented open mindedness is growth mindset. And learning is very important for them rather than the result. They will enjoy the process. They won't just think about, I will get this, I will get this, I will get this. They will be focusing on the process. So they are very, very mindful in what they are doing. Every moment they will invest on very wise decisions. They are growth oriented people. So having said what is growth oriented, I would like to throw certain light. I have been telling in history during lockdown, Isaac Newton was doing so many things. Shakespeare was doing so many things. There are other extraordinary people who are doing everything. You may be wondering why not one Indian has not been showcased. Now I would like to take it from contemporaries who has taken adverse positions or scenarios or situations in a wise manner and dealt very easily and also came out of it. I would like to throw upon what is positive and negative, what is prepared and unprepared, what is rigid and flexible, what is resourceful and unresourceful, productive, defensive, abundance and scarcity. These are the very important, mindset we all have to be really worked on. I set a platform for all of you, for you to think about being in a growth oriented mindset for embracing a future business, isn't it? Now coming to that, the positive versus negative. You must be having a lot of optimism throughout the future. Optimism is nothing but amidst of all the difficulties, amidst of all the challenges, despite of the challenges, I'm able to think positive. That is called optimism. So if you are able to be a very positive person, amidst of all the challenges, you are able to sell your policies during this pandemic period. Great. Pat yourself and say to yourself that you are doing a good job. Even let it be 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 or 5. Let it be very minimal premium amount. People are ready to think and buy policies. That is the greatest deal. Let's be having a very positive attitude towards it. And the next one is preparedness. Preparedness versus unpreparedness. A person with a growth-oriented mindset will have prepared mindset. That is, a person who's really ready for any kind of challenges. I really wanted to bounce back immediately, that person. Have you seen the person who are going to run in an athletic running? You would have seen that people will be ready. They will be in a very, very agile state. That is quick to embrace the change. They will be in a position, as soon as they get the gunshot, they will run. Already they will set their mind. They will be running in their mind. Actually, they will be virtually imagining how I'm running inside. So that kind of preparedness will be there for them. So you need to be an agile person, an adaptive person to quickly embrace such a kind of, change. That is preparedness. And flexible. Being flexible is very essential for all of us. And having said that, preparedness and flexible, the resourcefulness, you all have a potentials for all this. Only thing is you need to tap it. You need to recognize it. You need to actually take it to the surface level and also apply it in the field. That may be any field. It may be your business or your family or anything. I would like to mention here one of the story, which is in very, very, contemporary and who was told in the TED Talk. You can actually go and visit the TED Talk, Bhakti Sharma. She is not actually an adult kind of. She's an youngster. She is giving a TED Talk. You can actually visit to her. Bhakti Sharma is a person from Rajasthan. Rajasthan is a desert. You all know that. If you look into the TEDx talk of Bhakti Sharma, you will actually get goosebumps. She talks about her experiences. She is a swimmer. She did her, district level, state level, and national level. She has won the swimming competition. You all know the swimming competition will be in a swimming pool with a definite depth and boundaries. It has been done. She has done. Once her mother, when she was 13 years, asked her, why don't you try open water swimming? That is ocean swimming. She is from a Rajasthan. She never even experienced much to an ocean. She has not seen a sea all around. But she is ready for that. It was a fantastic moment when I was hearing her. She said that, why not I? I will definitely try. She said that is called preparedness. She's so resourceful. She said that I will try, but she don't have a resource at her place. She really wanted to experiment herself in open water. So what she did, she has been to an Mumbai sea area. She was swimming in open water for a quite long period, and then she got accustomed to that condition. She said that I'm ready. And she was ready at the age of 13 to cross English Channel. And she did that, an youngest to cross, an Indian girl to cross the English Channel. That was really a fantastic moment. That she has not stopped with that. She has did all the continental channels she has crossed. And she really wants to experience Antarctic Ocean. That was an amazing part I would like to share. She said, from a desert to an Antarctic Ocean. In her TED Talk itself, you can actually have this. A desert to Antarctic Ocean. You all know a desert is hot, hotter, hottest. During the night, it may be little cool. But if a person from a desert is able to imagine go and swim in an Antarctic Ocean, which is frozen, which is in -degree, she really want to experience that. But she don't have a resource. She was not playing a defensive mindset. She didn't say that I don't have an ambience to practice. I don't have any sponsorship. I don't have anything here to do. She was very productive. She has created an artificial pool. She poured tons and tons of ice cubes into that. And it let it cool down. It becomes minus. Then she started swimming in that. She has created such a kind of condition for herself, prepared herself. She was doing every day 3 hours. She used to practice in kind of ice pool at Rajasthan. When she was doing, she used to shiver for 3 hours after she come out. Somebody has to hug her and warm, create a warmth. She was also feeling very, very much okay after that. And she really wants to do it, experiment it. She did it. She has crossed Antarctic Ocean. The highest, that is the longest distance an youngster from India has crossed. It was so fascinating to hear. I was having tears in my eyes when she was explaining. She also said that the only resource I had during the swimming is only me, my will, my own move, and every moment. I cannot see the entire target because in the water, in the ocean water, that too with an ice, freezing cold water, I cannot see. The vision is not clear because I wear a goggle. Every moment what I am making is only, important. Nothing else is there in my mind. I crossed 2 point some kilometers. I don't remember the kilometers, but she has covered the longest distance from India, youngest girl to cover the distance. That was a fantastic moment. She was not having an unprepared or a negative or a rigid or unresourceful or a defensive mindset. She was ready with a positive energy. She was prepared. She did all her homework at Rajasthan itself. She was very flexible. Even though there is sponsorship, I will definitely do that. She was highly resourceful. She was only thinking of her own self, nothing else, and also productive. Every move she has made it with a positive note, and with an abundance she has hit the victory. That is possible. So that is not only this girl. I can give you a lot of people who has come out with an, if you refer Malavika Iyer, she has lost her limbs during the bomb blast, and she has completed her PhD. She is a motivational speaker for people. Swarnalata, having in Swaraj Foundation, I think Lugi is also invited for one of the talk. She is running an NGO. She is helping everyone, and she is having 80% of disability. If an 80% of disabled person is able to do something very fruitful, contribute for the society, why can't we? With an able body of 100%, we can make a mark in history, isn't it? So such a kind of abundance comes when you really unleash your own potentials. That is possible only if you have a growth-oriented mindset. This is not going to be a very great situation for all of us to say that you will have 10 core of business, 12 core of business. Having all the platform set, everybody is having an active business. Beautifully, everybody is doing their business and money is flourishing. You doing an MDRT or TOT and COT is not a great deal. Amidst of all these disturbances, challenges, even during the lockdown, even during the pandemic, if I am able to hit or maintain my business with a good, sustainable client relationship, that is the greatest business. That kind of growth-orientedness is required right now for all of us to embrace the change. So I said about what is growth-oriented. So people within growth-oriented mindset are able to inspire others, able to create change in others, able to live with a stronger drive, and they can master their work with a less competitive in their accomplishments. If you say Usain Bolt, the other people will be running at least a few kilometers away. He will be ahead, well ahead. So such a kind of inspiration he has created in the field of running. If you look into and inspiring people, they are more of an instantly, they are internally motivated, not from outside. They are not for any compliments or recognition or rewards. They do it for their own self-esteem. They feel that work mastery. They feel it is my reward is only for my creativity. They feel very optimistic because I am able to make a change for somebody's life. Such a kind of inspiration you require right now to embrace challenge and change. And very important, inspired people have an uncommon confidence, like Bhakti Sharma, like Swaraj Foundation, Swarnalata, like Malavika Iyer, like there are the humpty number of people I can actually mention to all of you. They all are there in the TEDx, your own contemporary, very young people who is living with all adverse conditions, able to make a mark in their chosen field only because their will, their open-mindedness. So that is essential for all of us to inspire others. If you are able to do some kind action, if you are able to spread kindness. You will feel abundance in yourself. You feel happiness in yourself. What is the purpose of creating Lugi for Talaivar at his young age? It is not needed. He would have been a business person and he would have been running his business. He would have been very happy about his own growth. Why you should create such a kind of a Lugi as a forum and create a lot of people knit together and also pour a lot of energy, lot of inputs, lot of knowledge, lot of development into that. Why it is a requirement? When you are able to give it to someone, you also gain abundance. That is the law of attraction. You all know that, isn't it? When you are started thinking of gratitude, the moment you go, so you all might be knowing the book called Secret. You all would have seen the book called Magic. If you go and open the water and wash your face, at the very moment you wash, water is coming and washing. There are an umpteen number of people's hand is there to bring the water to your home. Have you ever thought of grateful to those people inside? Have you ever thought of grateful to the people at home? I'll tell you, if you have been asked to, don't use that, write them for the entire day. You will understand how important this right thumb is in our life. We take granted of people around. We take granted of our own health. We take granted of our own, body parts. We never actually acknowledge. If I ask you, don't use the thumb only, you will understand how much it is creating difficulty while I'm using a pen, while I'm combing a hair, while I'm picking up anything. This is becoming a difficult job for me. So far, I have never recognized the thumb is doing so much for me. This is what we all do. We take things very granted. We must be a person within gratitude. So tomorrow onwards, morning, as soon as you are going to wake up, you are going to do these practices. So first one is about a gratitude. So gratitude is all about being grateful, thankful.
1 minute, madam. I will
yes, John,
translate something.
Yeah.
മുമ്പ് പറഞ്ഞു നിർത്തിയിടത്തുനിന്ന് മുഴുവനായി മുഴുമിപ്പിക്കാൻ കഴിഞ്ഞില്ല. നമ്മൾ പറയേണ്ടത്, ചെയ്യേണ്ടത് സ്വയം ഉത്തരവാദിത്തങ്ങൾ ഏറ്റെടുക്കാൻ നമ്മൾ പഠിക്കണം. ഇന്ന് നിങ്ങൾ എന്ത് ചെയ്യുന്നു എന്നുള്ളതാണ്. മുമ്പ് എന്തായിരുന്നോ അതിനെക്കുറിച്ച് ചിന്തിക്കാനുള്ളതല്ല. ഇന്ന് നിങ്ങൾ എന്ത് ചെയ്യുന്നു അതാണ് നാളെ നിങ്ങളെ എവിടെയെങ്കിലും എത്തിക്കുക. അതുകൊണ്ട് തന്നെ ഇന്നത്തെ നമ്മുടെ ചിന്തയ്ക്കും ഇന്നത്തെ നമ്മുടെ പ്രവൃത്തിക്കും പ്രത്യേകമായ ഉത്തരവാദിത്തങ്ങളുണ്ട്, പ്രാധാന്യങ്ങളുണ്ട്. നമ്മളെ സ്വയം സംസാരിക്കുക, എന്ത് ചെയ്യണം, എങ്ങനെ ചെയ്യണം, നമ്മുടെ പ്ലാനുകളെ കുറിച്ച് സ്വയം സംസാരിക്കുക, ഇത്തരം ക്ലാസ്സുകളിൽ പങ്കെടുക്കുക. അതുപോലെ ഒന്നും ഒരിക്കലും നമ്മൾ ഇന്നലകളെ കുറിച്ച് വിലപിക്കരുത്. ഇന്നലകൾ പലതും നമുക്ക് നഷ്ടപ്പെട്ടിരിക്കാം. പക്ഷെ അതിനെക്കുറിച്ച് വിലപിക്കാനും അതിനെക്കുറിച്ച് ചിന്തിക്കാനുമല്ല നമുക്ക് ആവേണ്ടത്. ഇന്ന് ഇപ്പോൾ എന്താണ്, ഇപ്പോൾ എന്ത് നമുക്ക് ചെയ്യാൻ കഴിയും, അതിനെക്കുറിച്ചായിരിക്കണം നമ്മൾ ചിന്തിക്കേണ്ടത്. അതുപോലെ മറ്റുള്ളവരിൽ നിന്ന് പഠിക്കുക. അവരുടെ ജീവിത പാഠങ്ങൾ നമ്മുടെ പറഞ്ഞ ഉദാഹരണം തലയൂർ പറഞ്ഞത് തന്നെയാണ്. ഒരു പേനയിൽ നിന്ന് എങ്ങനെ 50 ലക്ഷത്തിലേക്ക് എത്തി, അത്തരം അനുഭവങ്ങൾ നമ്മുടെ ജീവിതത്തിൽ നമ്മൾ പകർത്തുക. അവരെ നമ്മൾ പഠിക്കുകയും ശ്രമിക്കുകയും ചെയ്യുക. അത് എന്ത് കാണുന്നുവോ അതുപോലെ നമ്മൾ പഠിക്കുകയും ഒരിക്കലും നമ്മൾ പോസിറ്റീവായ കാര്യങ്ങളെ കുറിച്ച് മാത്രം ചിന്തിക്കുകയും പഠിക്കുകയും ചെയ്യുക. നല്ലൊരു സിനിമയാണെങ്കിലും നല്ല വാർത്തകളാണെങ്കിലും പോസിറ്റീവായി ചിന്തിക്കുകയും പോസിറ്റീവായത് മാത്രം കാണുവാൻ ശ്രമിക്കുക. അതുപോലെ തന്നെ ഈ കാലയളവില് എനിക്കൊന്നും ചെയ്യാൻ, നമുക്കറിയാം ഈ കോവിഡിന്റെ കാലത്ത് അതിനെ ചെറുക്കാൻ നമുക്കൊന്നും ചെയ്യാൻ കഴിയില്ല. പക്ഷെ നമുക്ക് ചെയ്യാൻ കഴിയുന്നുണ്ട്. നമുക്ക് സ്വയം സുരക്ഷിതനാവാം. നമുക്ക് അധികാരികൾ പറയുന്ന ആ നിയന്ത്രണങ്ങൾ നമ്മൾ സ്വയം ഏറ്റെടുക്കുക. മാസ്ക് ധരിക്കേണ്ടത് ധരിക്കുക. അല്ലാതെ നമുക്ക് കോവിഡിനെതിരെ മറ്റൊരു രീതിയിൽ നമുക്ക് പോരാടാൻ കഴിയില്ല. അതുകൊണ്ട് തന്നെ പോസിറ്റീവായിട്ട് ചെയ്യുക. മാഡം പറഞ്ഞ മറ്റൊരു പ്രധാനപ്പെട്ട കാര്യം, വളർച്ചയില് നമുക്ക് എപ്പോഴും നമ്മുടെ മുമ്പിൽ വരുന്ന പ്രതിബന്ധങ്ങൾ എന്താണെന്ന് നമ്മുടെ ലക്ഷ്യത്തെക്കുറിച്ച് കൃത്യമായ ഒരു ധാരണയുണ്ടെങ്കിൽ ഏത് പ്രതിബന്ധത്തെയും നമുക്ക് നേരിടാൻ കഴിയും. ഒന്നോർക്കുക, പ്രതിസന്ധികളിൽ പ്രശോഭിക്കുന്നവരാണ് ഏറ്റവും വലിയ വിജയികൾ. കാരണം നമുക്ക് MDRT ആവാൻ നല്ല സുന്ദരമായ കാലഘട്ടത്തില്, സാമ്പത്തിക വളർച്ചയുടെ കാലഘട്ടത്തില്, പ്രശ്നങ്ങളും പ്രയാസങ്ങളും ഇല്ലാത്ത കാലത്ത് MDRTയും TOTയും ഒക്കെ ആവുന്നതിനേക്കാൾ ഏറെ പ്രതിസന്ധികളിലും പ്രശ്നങ്ങളിലും പ്രയാസങ്ങളിലും നമ്മൾ ആ ലക്ഷ്യത്തിലേക്ക് എത്തുമ്പോഴാണ് അത്തരം നേട്ടത്തിന് ഒരു തിളക്കമുണ്ടാവുന്നത്. അതിന് വേണം പറഞ്ഞ വളരെ പ്രധാനപ്പെട്ട ഒരു കഥയുള്ള സംഭവം. 13 വയസ്സുകാരി രാജസ്ഥാനിലെ ആ കുട്ടി, രാജസ്ഥാൻ അത് കുളത്തിൽ മാത്രം നീന്തൽക്കുളം മാത്രം കണ്ടിട്ടുള്ള മരുഭൂമിയിൽ നിന്നും ആ കുട്ടി തനിക്ക് ഒരു സമുദ്രത്തിന്റെ തീരത്ത് പോലും എങ്ങനെയാണെന്ന് അറിയില്ലാതിരുന്ന ആ കുട്ടി ഇംഗ്ലീഷ് ചാനലിൽ നീന്തിക്കിടക്കാനും അറ്റ്ലാന്റിക് ഓഷ്യൻ, അതായത് ഏറ്റവും വലിയ താപനിലയുള്ള രാജസ്ഥാനിൽ നിന്ന്, മരുഭൂമിയിൽ നിന്ന് അവര് അറ്റ്ലാന്റിക്കിലെ തണുത്ത -ഡിഗ്രിയുള്ള ഐസ് വെള്ളത്തിലൂടെ കണ്ണ് കാണാൻ, അതായത് കണ്ണിന് സുരക്ഷയ്ക്ക് വേണ്ടി ഇരിക്കുന്ന, അതുകൊണ്ട് തന്നെ കൃത്യമായ കാഴ്ചയില്ലാതെ തന്റെ മുമ്പിലുള്ള ഒരേ ഒരു ലക്ഷ്യം അറ്റ്ലാന്റിക് കടക്കുക എന്നുള്ളതാണെന്നുള്ള ബോധമുള്ളത് കൊണ്ട് അത് കടക്കാൻ കഴിഞ്ഞത് മനസ്സിലുണ്ടായ ആ ഒരു വലിയ ശക്തി, ഈ ലക്ഷ്യസ്ഥാനത്ത് എത്തണമെന്നുള്ള ആ ബോധമാണ്. ആ ബോധമുണ്ടെങ്കിൽ നമുക്ക് എത്താൻ കഴിയും. നമ്മുടെ മനസ്സിലുണ്ടാവേണ്ടതും ലക്ഷ്യസ്ഥാനത്ത് എത്താൻ വേണ്ടിയുള്ള നേട്ടം കൈവരിക്കാനുള്ള ആ ഒരു ഉത്തരവാദിത്തം ഏറ്റെടുക്കാനുള്ള വലിയ മനസ്സ് നമ്മുടെ ഉള്ളിലുണ്ടായെങ്കിൽ ഏത് പ്രതിസന്ധികളെയും നേരിടാൻ നമുക്ക് കഴിയും. അതുകൊണ്ട് തന്നെ മോട്ടിവേഷൻ എന്ന് പറയുന്നത് നമ്മുടെ മനസ്സിൽ തന്നെ ഉണ്ടാവണം, സ്വയം ഉണ്ടാവണം. നമ്മുടെ മനസ്സിന്റെ ഉള്ളിൽ നിന്ന് ആത്മവിശ്വാസത്തോടെ മുമ്പോട്ട് പോകാൻ കഴിയുന്നുവെങ്കിൽ മാത്രമേ നമുക്ക് ചെയ്യാൻ കഴിയൂ. കാരണം നമുക്ക് പലപ്പോഴും നമ്മൾ തന്നെ പല കാര്യങ്ങളും നമുക്ക് അറിയാൻ കഴിയില്ല. സിമ്പിൾ ഒരു കാര്യമാണ് മാഡം പറഞ്ഞത്. നമ്മുടെ തള്ളവിരലിൽ ഇല്ലാതെ ഉപയോഗിക്കാതെ നമുക്ക് എന്തെങ്കിലും ചെയ്യാൻ കഴിയുമോ എന്ന് നമ്മൾ ചിന്തിച്ചിട്ടില്ല. പക്ഷേ നമ്മൾ ഓർക്കുക, എത്ര പ്രധാനപ്പെട്ട ഒരു അവയവമാണ് നമ്മുടെ തള്ളവിരൽ എന്നത്. ആ വിരല് മാറ്റിവെച്ചുകൊണ്ട് നമുക്കൊന്നും ചെയ്യാൻ കഴിയില്ല. അതുപോലെ തന്നെയാണ് നമ്മുടെ ഓരോ അവയവങ്ങളും, ഓരോ ആരോഗ്യ പ്രശ്നങ്ങളും, ഓരോ ജീവിയും, ഓരോ ജീവിതങ്ങളും. അതുകൊണ്ട് തന്നെ എല്ലാം നമുക്ക് വളരെ പ്രധാനപ്പെട്ടതാണ്. ആ ബോധത്തോടെ മുന്നോട്ട് പോകാൻ നമുക്ക് കഴിയണം. ഓവർ ടു യു മാഡം.
Yes, thank you so much. Thank you so much for that.
So this is not a word by word translation. Some things, whatever things can be said, I am just translating. That's all.
That's fine. I request all the participants to sit straight first. Sit straight.
എല്ലാവരും നേരെ ഇരിക്കാൻ, കാരണം നമ്മൾ കൂനിക്കൂടി ഇരിക്കരുത്.
Straight first. Those who are at least on a bed or something can actually turn off your mobile or your camera. So I would like to mention that our brain records everything. When you learn something, if you are on bed, if you are sleeping, if you are lying down, it actually lying down position, your brain actually connects to when sleeping. So you don't get it inside. You don't actually learn out of it. So I really want all of you to make this as practice. If you are learning something, make sure that you are sitting on a specific place where you are sitting and learning something. If you're really doing business, make an attempt. Very consciously, do it very, very consciously, intentionally at a right place, your own workstation or something. Don't lie down on your bed and call your clients. It's very essential for all of us to create such a kind of energy vibe. We all know that the cosmic energy, we all are tied up. So be very, very cautious about what you are doing. Okay, so I was talking about what are the things we are going to do right from tomorrow onwards. So morning, as soon as you get up, and I told you about the secret and magic book, and I also told about the water. When you open up the a water pipe and it gives you water, and how many people would have been laying down the drilling to take the water and laying down the pipeline, would have manufactured the pipe for you and supplying it to your place. And there are so many things. And a person who fitted your plumber who has fitted the pipe in your bathroom also. So many people have done. Are we actually giving them an thought over it, or in gratitude for anything, everything what we are doing? I also mentioned about this thumb and also how we are taking things granted. So make a very, very important conscious attempt every day. Be just for today, being gratitude for everything around. The day is given. So I am not affected because of the pandemic, or I am not affected with being reported as positive. That itself is the greatest thing, isn't it? Being very thankful for the life, being very thankful for the everything all around, even whatever the food we are getting, whatever we have been getting at home, the shelter. There are people who are moving without shelter, people living in platform, people are migration workers are walking for so many kilometers, so many days, so many months, isn't it? So such a kind of scenario is not there. God blessed us with so much of shelter, and there is a possibility for all of us to have a very, very happy living, a simple living is possible for all of us. So we are connected. We have a laptop. We are connected through, Zoom, all of you right now. So that is a great deed, isn't it? Having a gratitude is one of the very important first step. Being very, very grateful for what you are having. That gives a lot of positivity. Number 2, stop worrying. Just being worrying something. Are you able to change the scenario? You keep worrying. You have a summary of worrying day, worrying class, worrying notebook, and then burn it, wash it. That's what you can do. You cannot, by worrying, you cannot change the scenario. By acceptance, you can actually feel tension-free, stress-free, and little, light. So being a very accepted person, stop worrying. It is very essential. So worrying creates a lot of negative emotions. And also, you all know the emotions which you are generating has an impact in your hormone secretion. There are growth hormone secretions. You all might be knowing it because a lot of WhatsApp messages are there. It is all about endorphin and also oxytocin and also dopamine. All these are secreting, all growth oriented, and it is with the people, by appreciating, by achieving something, by doing physical workout or being very happy. All these are creating such a kind of growth hormones. If you start worrying, these secretions are getting hindered. Because of that, you get physical alignments too. People who worry for a quite long time, they get into a kind of sickness. People who are having worry as a habit get into depression. People who has and depressive cycles quite a long time in their life, they get ulcer or cancer or so many other diseases. So people who are not very angry without any reasons, their liver is getting spoiled. There are a lot of research has been told the connection between the emotions and also the organs of the body. So the sound mind and the sound body, both are like in both side of the coin. If you have a sound mind, it reflects on the sound body. Both responsibility and right are very, very essential for all of us. I would like to tell a story here. It's a very inspiring story. I was listening to the story. I was really, really thrilled about this beautiful story. One of the doctor by profession, she has told this story. There is one big tree, huge, people tree. You might be knowing Arsa Maram. So this people tree is a very huge and it is shedding lot of, shade and also giving life to so many microorganisms, so many birds and so many things were coming and getting benefited out of it. And there is a lot of people have created, lot of small birds, big birds have created nest and living in that. And when there is a problem, there is some hit or some issue, that people tree has get destroyed. Okay, so that tree was there, but it was not actually flourishing like before. It has some kind of infection. As you all are aware of pandemic now, COVID has hit the tree, so it is having a difficult time now. It was shedding all the leaves, the green has lost. It has become, we call it in Tamil, patta maram. So it doesn't have leaf and anything. It was not flourishing at all. And there is one small bird sitting inside the tree. It has been there. The other, all birds and microorganisms all left the tree. They all left because they don't want to stay back, because it is not flourishing anymore. It is not happy for them. It is not getting a shade what they wanted. It is not very safe. It is not getting the kind of food they wanted. So they all left. So this tree was very, very alive but not flourishing. Alive but not shown outside. It is having a lot of negative connotation, looking like that. So this bird was sitting inside for quite so many days. It was doing like a tavam. Okay, so one of the person is crossing, and Muni, a saint, was crossing. He asked the bird, why are you sitting in this useless tree? Why are you sitting inside? He said that I was enjoying so many days of my life in this. Right from my childhood, I born in this tree. I was been brought up in this shade. I was been enjoying the fruits of it. I have been enjoying the shade of it. I was playing on this every bark of it. How can I leave when the tree is actually having an issue or a problem or an kind of a threat? how kind of a challenge period for it. How can I leave and go? How can I actually do so? So I feel that this will change. I am really positive. I'm really optimistic. I have a faith that my tree will come back to me like a flourishing, beautiful people tree. And all the other organisms, all the people who left will definitely come back. It will definitely happen, it says. Then the saint was really thrilled to see the dedication, conviction, and also compassion that bird has towards this particular tree. And immediately this person is asking, I'm really inspired. The way of your, the conviction and compassion you have towards this tree. And I am really want to help you. How can I help you? I am a saint. I can help you in any one obligation of yourself. I'll give you a varam, it says. The client, the saint says. Immediately the bird asks, what else I'm going to ask? Please make my tree as before. Let it be a flourishing one. Let it live with a beautiful green. And let it actually be very fruitful for others. And the same tree was rejuvenated, refreshed by the, the power of saint, and it came back. So that is the kind of period we all are undergoing right now. We need to be very responsible right now to take care of our own small society around us and also the big society around us. We need to be very, very cautious, precautious. The business will definitely come back to us. Don't ever lose hope. Be a very, very responsible, compassionate, and business person. You will get it back. You will get with a lot of abundance because you will get what you really see. So that is a very important note I would like to mention for all of you with this story. So this lockdown.
Okay, just I will tell this one.
Yeah, please.
So ഒന്ന് ഓർക്കുക, നമ്മുടെ ജീവിതത്തില് നന്ദിയുള്ളവരായിരിക്കണം എല്ലാവരോടും. നമ്മൾ ഒരിക്കലും നമ്മൾ ആലോചിക്കാത്ത ചില കാര്യങ്ങളുണ്ട്. രാവിലെ ടാപ്പ് തുറന്ന് വെള്ളം മുഖത്തിലൊഴിച്ച് മുഖം കഴിയുമ്പോൾ വെള്ളം ഉപയോഗിക്കുമ്പോൾ നമ്മൾ പറന്നു പോകുന്ന ചില മനുഷ്യ ശക്തികൾ അവിടെയുണ്ട്. ആ ടാപ്പ് പിടിപ്പിച്ച പ്ലംബർ മുതൽ കിണർ കുഴിച്ച കുഴിക്കാരൻ വരെ അവരുടെയൊക്കെ ശ്രമത്തിന്റെ ഫലമായിട്ടാണ് നമുക്ക് ശുദ്ധമായ വെള്ളം ഉപയോഗിക്കാൻ കഴിയുന്നത് എന്നുള്ളത് നമ്മൾ മറന്നു പോകുന്നു. അതുകൊണ്ട് തന്നെ ജീവിതത്തിൽ നമുക്ക് അവരോടെല്ലാം നന്ദി ഉണ്ടാവേണ്ടതാണ്. അതുകൊണ്ടാണ് പറയുന്നത്, ജീവിതത്തിൽ നമ്മൾ എല്ലാവരോടും നന്ദിയുള്ളവരായിരിക്കണം. നമ്മൾ ഇന്ന് എന്താവുന്നോ, എന്തായിരിക്കുന്നുവോ, എന്ത് ഉപയോഗിക്കുന്നുവോ അതൊക്കെ ആരുടെയെങ്കിലും പ്രയത്നത്തിന്റെ ഫലമായതുകൊണ്ട് തന്നെ ആരോടും കടപ്പാടില്ലാതെ കടന്നു പോകാൻ കഴിയില്ല. നമ്മൾ എത്ര ഭാഗ്യവാന്മാരെന്ന് ആലോചിക്കുക. കാരണം ഈ കാലയളവില് നമുക്ക് ലാപ്ടോപ്പിന്റെ മുമ്പിലോ അല്ലെങ്കിൽ സ്മാർട്ട് ഫോണിന്റെ മുമ്പിലോ ഇരുന്ന് ക്ലാസുകൾ കേൾക്കാൻ കഴിയുന്നു. ഒരു കൂരയുടെ കീഴിൽ തലചായ്ക്കാൻ ഇടയില്ലാതെ ആളുകൾ അലയുന്ന കാഴ്ച നമ്മൾ കാണുന്നുണ്ട്. കിലോമീറ്ററുകൾ ദൂരത്തിൽ നടന്നു പോകുന്ന ആളുകൾ, വീട്ടിലേക്ക് എത്താൻ കഷ്ടപ്പെടുന്ന ആളുകളെ കാണുന്നുണ്ട്. നാം അതൊന്നും ഇല്ലാതെ സ്വസ്ഥമായിരുന്നതൊക്കെ കേൾക്കാൻ കഴിയുന്നുവെങ്കിൽ നാം എത്ര ഭാഗ്യവാന്മാരാണെന്നുള്ളത് നാം മറന്നു പോകുന്നു. അതുകൊണ്ട് തന്നെ നമുക്ക് കഷ്ടപ്പെടാനും ദുഃഖിക്കാനും അവസരമില്ല. രണ്ടാമത് പറഞ്ഞ സ്റ്റോപ്പ് വറിയിങ്. നമ്മൾ എന്നും വിഷാദമായി ചിന്തിക്കാനും നെഗറ്റീവായി ചിന്തിക്കാനും ദുഃഖഭാവത്തിലിരിക്കാനും നമുക്ക് അവസരമില്ല. അങ്ങനെ ഇരിക്കുമ്പോൾ നമ്മൾ അറിയാതെ തന്നെ നമ്മുടെ മനസ്സും ശരീരവും മാറ്റങ്ങളിലേക്ക് വരും. നിങ്ങളുടെ മനസ്സ് എങ്ങനെയായിരിക്കുന്നോ അതുപോലെ തന്നെ ആയിരിക്കും നമ്മുടെ മനസ്സും. നല്ല രീതിയിൽ മനസ്സിനെ കൊണ്ടുപോയാൽ, ദുഃഖങ്ങളില്ലാതെ വിഷാദങ്ങളില്ലാതെ മുമ്പോട്ട് പോയാൽ ആരോഗ്യകരമായി നമുക്ക് ഇരിക്കാൻ കഴിയും. കാരണം ഈ വറി അല്ലെങ്കിൽ വിഷാദം നമ്മുടെ ശരീരത്തിൽ അൾസർ ഉണ്ടാക്കാനും ക്യാൻസർ ഉണ്ടാക്കാനും കരൾ രോഗങ്ങൾ ഉണ്ടാക്കാനും ഒക്കെ ഇടയാക്കുന്നത് കൊണ്ട് തന്നെ ആവശ്യമില്ലാതെ വിഷാദത്തിന് അവസരമില്ല. തന്ന നല്ല കാര്യങ്ങൾക്ക് നന്ദി പറഞ്ഞുകൊണ്ട് വിഷാദങ്ങൾ ഒഴിവാക്കി പോവുക. നല്ല മനോഹരമായൊരു കഥയാണ് മേഡം പറഞ്ഞത്. വലിയ ആൽമരം വളർന്ന് വലുതായി പന്തലിച്ച് ആ ഒരു പ്രദേശത്തിനാകെ തണലും ഓക്സിജനും പക്ഷികളും വൈകുന്നേരങ്ങളും മനുഷ്യനും ഇരിക്കുന്ന വലിയ ഒരു ആൽമരം. പെട്ടെന്ന് ആ ആൽമരത്തിന് ഒരു ശേഷി കുറവ് പോലെ അത് പതുക്കെ ഇലകൾ ഉണങ്ങി, ഇലകൾ നശിച്ച് അത് ഒരുമാതിരി വിളറിയിരുന്ന സമയത്ത് എല്ലാ പക്ഷികളും ആ മരത്തിനെ വിട്ടുപോയി. എങ്കിൽ ഒരു പക്ഷി മാത്രം ആ മരത്തിൽ അവശേഷിച്ചു. അത് മാത്രം നാളെ ഇത് തിരിച്ചു വരുമെന്നുള്ള പ്രതീക്ഷയോടുകൂടി ഒരേ ഒരു പക്ഷി ഒഴികെ ബാക്കി എല്ലാവരും തിരികെ പോയ സമയത്താണ് അവിടെ ഒരു മുനിവര്യൻ വന്നു. ആ വര്യൻ ചോദിച്ചു, എന്തുകൊണ്ടാണ് പക്ഷിക്കുഞ്ഞ് നീ മാത്രം ഇവിടെ തുടരുന്നത്? ബാക്കി എല്ലാവരും കടന്നുപോയില്ലേ എന്ന് ചോദിച്ചപ്പോൾ പറഞ്ഞ മറുപടി, എന്നെ ഇക്കാലവും നോക്കിയത്, എന്നെ വളർത്തിയത് ഈ തണൽ മരത്തിന്റെ, ഈ ആൽമരത്തിന്റെ നല്ല കാലത്ത് എന്നെ സഹായിക്കാനും എന്നോടൊപ്പം നിൽക്കാനും എനിക്ക് തണൽ തരാനും എനിക്ക് അഭയം നൽകാനും തയ്യാറായ ഈ തണൽ മരത്തിനോട്, ഈ ആൽമരത്തോട് എനിക്ക് ഒരു വലിയ ആത്മബന്ധമുണ്ട്. അതുകൊണ്ട് തന്നെ എനിക്കിതിനെ വിട്ടുപോകാൻ കഴിയില്ല. ഒരു കാലത്ത് തിരിച്ചു വരുമെന്നുള്ള എനിക്ക് പ്രതീക്ഷയുണ്ട്. നാളെ തീർച്ചയായും എല്ലാ പൂർവാധികം ഭംഗിയോടെ ഈ മരം തിരികെ വരും. അന്ന് ഈ മരം എനിക്ക് എന്തൊക്കെ തന്നുവോ അതൊക്കെ തിരിച്ചു തരാനുള്ള കഴിവോ ഈ കാലത്തിലുണ്ട്. ഈ കാലവും കടന്നു പോകും, ഈ സമയവും മാറിപ്പോകും, നല്ല കാലം വരുമെന്നുള്ള മുനി ചോദിച്ചത് എന്താണ് നിങ്ങൾക്ക് വേണ്ടിയ വരം? ആ വരം ചോദിച്ചത് മാത്രം ഈ മരത്തിനെ തീർച്ചയായും വീണ്ടുമുള്ള പഴയ രീതിയിലേക്ക് കൊണ്ടുവരാൻ കഴിയണം. അങ്ങനെ കൊണ്ടുവരാനുള്ള അവസരം ആ മുനി നൽകിയ സമയത്ത് വീണ്ടും ആ മരം തളർക്കുകയും വളരുകയും ചെയ്തു. വീണ്ടും ആ നല്ല കാലം തിരികെ വന്നു. അങ്ങനെ തീർച്ചയായും ഓർക്കുക, നമ്മുടെ ബിസിനസ്സും ഇതുപോലെ തന്നെ തീർച്ചയായും തിരികെ വരും. നല്ല അവസരം വരും. ആ അവസരത്തിന് വേണ്ടി കാത്തിരിക്കുക. ഒരിക്കലും വിഷാദത്തിന് അടിമപ്പെട്ട് അല്ലെങ്കിൽ നല്ല കാലങ്ങളെ കുറിച്ച് മാത്രം ചിന്തിച്ച് മുമ്പോട്ട് പോവുക. വിഷാദ രോഗത്തിന് അടിമയാവാതെ നല്ല കാലം വരും, ഈ കാലവും കടന്നു പോകുമെന്നുള്ള ബോധം നമ്മുടെ മനസ്സിലുണ്ടാവണം. Over to you, Subasree.
Thank you, John sir. It was musical when you are talking in Malayalam. Okay.
Thank you.
So having said this story, I really feel rejuvenated because we all have, as an adult, have a responsibility to take care of our own children at home, elderly at home, and people around at home, and also the small society we are living in, and the society largely which is contributing in a financial wealth for all of us. We are also having responsibility to take care of them. Whatever their smallest way you are able to contribute and add value to their life, it is going to make a greatest change in their life, because somebody really wants to be heard, somebody really wants to actually share, somebody really wants to get an help of ₹1,000, somebody really wants to get in something help for a reference of a doctor, anything it could be. If you have a very good network and if you are able to do that, please kindly do that. The act of smallest kindness gives you a lot of satisfaction, gives you a lot of well-being, give you a lot of energy to do more. That is what I really want to make a point over here. So when you are doing that, so the gratitude, stop worrying, and also managing your anger. If you are able to do an honest business with people right now, because now your motive is not to think of doubling the business. It is all about sustaining the business. It is all about whatever is the smallest or the safest way of investing. The people has to think about it. But I think COVID has given a lot of insight for people, because they are seeing people are losing their lives. People are thinking about uncertainty in a larger way. The entire globe is understanding how important to safeguard our family, how important right now with prioritizing insurance during this pandemic. I could see that a lot of people are doing business also. Amidst of all these challenges, there have been also various learnings for all of us. There is an approach for all of us. We're able to see, people who have never used technology before are using technology right now to connect with people. You all had a perception that unless you have a direct contact, you cannot do anything. Now, there is no other way you have to connect with this virtual medium. We all are getting, changing to this virtual medium. We are also equally enjoying it. I would really wanted to say that if I connect and person face to face only, I will do. Otherwise, I won't do means you will be the loser. You will be actually, somebody else will take your place. Somebody else will talk to them. Somebody else will connect to them. So that is an essential change we all of us has to make. And many of you are, compelled to work at home, maintain social distance. You also approach to us in clientele as a connection. You all know that you cannot go out, and even if you go out, social distance is important. So in that case, how can I help my client? How can I talk to them? How can I maintain the relationship? How can I maintain the rapport? That is very essential in communication, is talking in virtual medium, the decorum, and also following the norms of it. And also while doing a phone call, understanding their scenario and giving the space for their expressions, and then acknowledging their emotions, then talk about yourself. So it is very essential to first ask them, how are they? How are their family members? How is the entire area is all about? Is there any positive case nearby? I hope you are fine. First, start with the word called hope you are well and fine. Your family is fit and fine. So that gives them a kind of faith, hope. Oh, there is somebody to take care. Somebody is asking about my care. Somebody is showing within compassion. That itself is a very important thing. So if you are able to do that, that spreads as an energy for them. Sustaining that energy is very essential for someone who is actually in a low mood now. So you never knew your one phone call may turn their entire mood into positive, and they will work for their life. And you will never know that somebody you are actually triggering them to work for their family. Somebody you are creating happiness in their family. So your call makes a difference. So make an attempt, at least call 10 people or 15 people. Make a list of them and call them just in courtesy call. Inquire about them. Ask, is there any help? Whatever and kind of help I can make from my, within my purview, I will definitely do it for you. That kind of an assurance. Also stand by it. Love and respect, compassion can really make change right now. You make a definite long lasting effect by doing this at this period. I'm not telling you do it for this business purpose. I'm telling being a human, it's our responsibility as the bird has, so far I enjoyed all my clients' services, their policies. I have been enjoying my life only because of them. I need to be gratitude for them. I need to be grateful for them. I need to really show kindness and compassion towards them. Be respectful and show your compassion towards them. You will definitely sustain in the market. With this note, I would like to wind up the session on the very important. You cannot pour positivity from an empty cup. You need to refill it by giving abundantly, by giving, showing it in a kindness, and also spreading across the positivity. You also gain positivity. So with this note, I thank the LUGI Forum, Kottayam chapter, for giving me in such a wonderful opportunity. I also thank Talaivar. I also thank Padmanabhan sir and John sir for giving me such a wonderful forum, who were very actively listening to me. Thank you so much. And my special thanks to John sir for his beautiful translation in Malayalam. Thank you so much.
Thank you, madam. ഒന്ന് അവസാനം പറഞ്ഞു നിർത്തിയത് ഈ ദുരന്തകാലം പല സാമ്പത്തിക പ്രയാസങ്ങളും ബുദ്ധിമുട്ടുകളും ഉണ്ടാക്കിയെങ്കിലും ഇൻഷുറൻസിനെ സംബന്ധിച്ചിടത്തോളം ഏറ്റവും പ്രധാനപ്പെട്ട ഒരു കാലമാണ്. നമ്മൾ ഫിസിക്കൽ ഡിസ്റ്റൻസിങ്ങിലാണെങ്കിൽ അതിലേറെ ആളുകളുമായി ബന്ധപ്പെടാനും അറിയാനും അവരെ മനസ്സിലാക്കാനുള്ള അവസരമാണ്. നിങ്ങൾ ചുരുങ്ങിയത് 10-15 ആളുകളെ ഒരു ദിവസം വിളിക്കുക, അവരോട് സംസാരിക്കുക. ബിസിനസ് അല്ല, അവരുടെ നന്മകൾ, അവരുടെ പ്രയാസങ്ങൾ, അവരെ കുറിച്ച് കരുതുന്നു എന്നുള്ള അവരിൽ ഉണ്ടാകുമ്പോൾ തീർച്ചയായും നിങ്ങളെ കുറിച്ച് കരുതാനും നിങ്ങളിലേക്ക് എത്താനും അവര് തയ്യാറാകും. അവരുടെ ഭാഷയിൽ സംസാരിക്കുക, അവരെ കുറിച്ച് നിങ്ങൾക്ക് അറിയാനുള്ള കാര്യങ്ങൾ അറിയുക, അവരുടെ സുഖവിവരങ്ങൾ തിരക്കുക. തീർച്ചയായും നിങ്ങളെ അവര് അംഗീകരിക്കും. ഇൻഷുറൻസിന്റെ കാലമാണ് വരുന്നത്. നമ്മൾ ഒത്തിരിയേറെ മാറി, സാങ്കേതികമായി വളരാൻ നമുക്ക് കഴിഞ്ഞു. നമുക്കറിയാം ഇന്ന് ഇത്രയേറെ സാങ്കേതിക വിദ്യ ഉപയോഗിക്കാൻ കഴിയുമെന്ന് ഒരു പക്ഷേ നമ്മൾ ഒരിക്കലും ഓർത്തിരുന്നില്ല. ഇന്ന് പല സ്ഥലത്തിരുന്ന് മാഡം ചെന്നൈയിലിരുന്ന് സംസാരിക്കുന്നു, കോട്ടയത്തും തിരുവനന്തപുരത്തും അങ്ങ് വരുന്ന ആളുകൾ ഇത് കേൾക്കുന്നു, അതിൽ പങ്കെടുക്കുന്നു. ആ ഒരു വൈദഗ്ധ്യം കൈവരിക്കാൻ നമുക്ക് കഴിഞ്ഞത് ഈ ഒരു പാൻഡമിക് കാലത്താണ്. നമ്മൾ ഓർക്കുക, ആ പ്രതിസന്ധി ഘട്ടങ്ങളിൽ അതിനെ തരണം ചെയ്യാനുള്ള രീതിയിലേക്ക് വളരാനുള്ള ഒരു അവസരമായി ഇതിനെ നമുക്ക് കണക്കാക്കി ആളുകളിലേക്ക് എത്തിച്ചെല്ലാൻ കഴിഞ്ഞാൽ തീർച്ചയായും നമുക്ക് വളരാനും ഇൻഷുറൻസിന്റെ നല്ല കാലത്തിലേക്ക് എത്താനും കഴിയും. അതുകൊണ്ട് തീർച്ചയായും നിങ്ങൾ ആളുകളുമായി സംവേദിക്കുക. വെർച്വൽ മീറ്റിങ്ങുകളിലൂടെ, സൂം മീറ്റിങ്ങുകളിലൂടെ.
Your audio is gone. John sir, your audio.
I think John sir's audio is lost.
Yes.
Sami?
Is there Padmanabhan is there? Sir, Padmanabhan.
Yes, ഇരിക്കുന്നുണ്ട്.
You can continue.
അത് ജോൺ സാറാണ് അതിന്റെ ട്രാൻസ്ലേഷൻ കംപ്ലീറ്റ് ചെയ്യേണ്ടത്. ജോൺ സാറാണ്.
John sir വന്നു. John sir വന്നു.
John sir.
John sir. John sir പോയോ? John sir. John sir mute. John sir mute. Okay.
So if anybody wants to ask any questions to madam, you can raise your hands and ask your questions. ആർക്കെങ്കിലും ചോദ്യങ്ങൾ ചോദിക്കാനുണ്ടെങ്കിൽ നിങ്ങളുടെ കൈകൾ ഉയർത്തി നിങ്ങൾക്ക് ചോദ്യങ്ങൾ ചോദിക്കാം. അതർവൈസ് നിങ്ങൾക്ക് ചാറ്റ് ബോക്സിൽ വന്ന് ചോദ്യങ്ങൾ ചോദിക്കാം. So you can ask any questions regarding the subjects. She will be able to answer your queries, your doubts, and your worry feelings also. I think so many people are still not able to cope up with the situation. സംശയങ്ങളുള്ള ആളുകൾക്ക് ചോദിക്കാം. കൈ ഉയർത്തിയാണ് പത്മനാഭൻ സ്വാമി.
Yes, sir. Yes, I am
you
here.
Can start your question. I think you can start.
So, madam,
Yes.
your topic was mindset to create business miracles. Actually.
Yes. Yes.
So in this pandemic period, so I hope all of us have been recharged to a great extent that we could create business miracles even though in this pandemic period. And anyway, some of us have still the feeling that no, it is COVID is spreading like anything. We cannot do anything here. We have to sit inside the home. Then without meeting people, how can we do insurance business like that? And so many of us are desperate really. And what is the short message you have to give to them?
Okay, so thanks for the question, Padmanabhan sir. That was about how can I actually help myself. First of all, can you change this situation? Can you go out and ask for business? First, if you go and ask for the business, people won't actually accept you as they were before. Number one. Number two, the fact is your life is also in threat. You cannot be playing on your life and do business, isn't it? And number three, if you do business like that and you come back very irresponsibly, you may be a carrier and you may affect your family. Having said all the 3 points, is that your business and being wealthy and being your MDRT is more important than living? It's my question. Okay. So number one is this. Number two is, this is very rational, but having understood from the financial planner's wife side, I know a person who is sitting at home is thinking about business also. I know it is very, very difficult. I understand. It is very difficult period for all of us. It is not only you. You have been going out and getting business and meeting people. There are people who are actually don't have food for 3 meals. There are people who are suffering. How can I going to live for the next 1 month because I don't have money at home? And there are people who are actually suffering because they have lost their job, recession, and also they are not able to bounce back immediately because they don't have an emergency fund. And there are people who are sitting in abroad and lost their life or lost their job, not able to come back to India. There are so many of them are suffering. But in that case, you are safe at home. Be thankful is very first important thing, as I said. Being grateful is number one. Number two, I have to really accept the scenario that I cannot change now. The social distance is very important for all of us to live. Our primary duty is to give support for people's life now, and then only we can go for life insurance.
Wonderful, madam. Thank you. Okay, really great.
So anybody else? ആർക്കെങ്കിലും ചോദ്യം ചോദിക്കാനുണ്ടോ? So it is a mind-blowing program. SUBASREE, it was wonderful. because many people are sitting inside watching TV and spending time. ഇടയ്ക്ക് മാഡം പറഞ്ഞ ഒരു കാര്യം ഞാൻ മലയാളത്തിൽ പറയട്ടെ. എത്ര ആളുകൾ ഇത് വളരെ നേരെ ഇരുന്ന് ആസ് യൂഷ്വൽ ഓഫീസിൽ ഇരിക്കുന്ന ഇത് കേട്ടു എന്നറിയില്ല. മാഡം 2-3 പ്രാവശ്യം പറഞ്ഞു നേരെ ഇരിക്കുക, കിടക്കാതിരിക്കുക. മാഡം പറഞ്ഞ ഏറ്റവും പ്രധാനപ്പെട്ട ഒരു കാര്യമാണ്. നിങ്ങൾ പഠിക്കുമ്പോൾ എന്തെങ്കിലും ജോലി ചെയ്യുമ്പോൾ കിടന്നുകൊണ്ട് ചെയ്താൽ ഉറങ്ങാനുള്ള അവസരം വരും. So avoid lying down and listening to these things. കിടന്നുകൊണ്ട് ഇത്തരം കാര്യങ്ങൾ കേൾക്കാനും പഠിക്കാനും ശ്രമിക്കാതിരിക്കുക. കാരണം അത് നിങ്ങളെ ഗ്രാജുവലായി ഉറക്കത്തിലേക്ക് വഴുതി വീഴ്ത്തും. അതുകൊണ്ട് തന്നെ നേരെ ഇരുന്ന് എങ്ങനെ നമ്മളൊരു ഓഫീസിൽ അറ്റൻഡ് ആ രീതിയിൽ ഇരിക്കാനുള്ള ഒരു സന്ദേശം നൽകുകയുണ്ടായി. സോ 2 കഥകൾ, നല്ല മനോഹരമായ ജീവിതഗന്ധിയായ കഥകൾ, അതിലേറെ അനുഭവ പാഠങ്ങൾ. It was really wonderful. Our sincere thanks to SUBASREE and also to Vanamali, because through Vanamali only we were able to get in touch with you. So our heartfelt thanks to you, Vanamali and Mrs. SUBASREE Vanamali. So now I request somebody ask some reference books. Madam, can you? Somebody asked regarding some.
I can actually send that mindset book through WhatsApp group. I will send it to my husband so that he can pass it on to your group.
Okay. ഈ സമയത്ത് വായിക്കേണ്ട ബുക്കുകളെ കുറിച്ച് നമുക്ക് പിന്നീട് വനമാലയിൽ നിന്ന് ലഭിക്കുന്നതായിരിക്കും. ശുഭശ്രീ നമുക്ക് പങ്കിട്ട് തരും. Anybody else? So thank you very much. Now I request Mr. Ravi, Secretary General of LUGI, to felicitate this meeting. Ravi, please. Ravi?
ಇಲ್ಲ ಸರ್, ಅವರು I think he has gone out for some purpose and he may return after some time. So we'll see.
Oh, Ravi is not there.
Now we'll go to Vanamali sir session.
Vanamali is not going to, I think, Vanamali? Hello? I think he's also not there. I think
He's there.
Can I ask?
He's there.
We will have that session separately.
Okay. You just, we will have a session separately. You do one thing. You can clear some doubts, because last time also we were not able to.
Vanamali sir is here.
Padmanabhan, we will have that session separately. It is a very lengthy subject. We can't cover in half an hour.
Okay.
I see.
John sir also told, our last session was very big subject. We have to do it separate way. We have to split it the number of sessions.
Okay.
By next month end, we will have one session separately about cyber safety and online application, everything.
I see.
Okay, Vanamali, thank you. So, കാരണം ഇത് വളരെ നീണ്ടതാണ്. എന്നോട് വനമാലി പറഞ്ഞിരുന്നു സൈബർ സെക്യൂരിറ്റിയും കഴിഞ്ഞ ക്ലാസ്സിൽ വനമാലി എടുത്ത ക്ലാസ്സിന്റെയും തുടർച്ച 1 മണിക്കൂർ കൊണ്ട് തീരുന്നതല്ല. തന്നെ ഇപ്പൊ നമ്മൾ 5 മണിയായി. നമ്മൾ അതുകൊണ്ട് വനമാലിയുടെ സെഷൻ അടുത്ത ദിവസത്തേക്കിന് വെക്കുകയാണ്. കഴിഞ്ഞ സെഷനെ കുറിച്ച് ആർക്കെങ്കിലും സംശയം ഉണ്ടോ ചോദിക്കാം വനമാലിയോട്. എനി ഡൗട്ട് റിഗാർഡിംഗ് ലാസ്റ്റ് സെഷൻ? മനസ്സിലാകാത്തവർക്ക്. സത്യം പറഞ്ഞാൽ എനിക്കൊന്നും മനസ്സിലായിട്ടോ, ചിലതൊക്കെ മനസ്സിലായുള്ളൂ. Vanamali, can you answer one thing? Hello?
Yes, sir. Yes, please.
Just one thing. Google Assistant mattum ungalku solla mudiyuma? Google Assistant mattum.
Google Assistant is a only app. We have to download Google Assistant from Play Store. We have to download. After download,
what are the facilities we can avail through that? ഞാൻ എല്ലാവരുടെ അറിവിലേക്കാണ് ഗൂഗിൾ അസിസ്റ്റന്റ് എന്ന് പറയുന്ന ഒരു ആപ്പ് ഉണ്ട് നമ്മുടെ പ്ലേ സ്റ്റോറില്. അത് ഡൗൺലോഡ് ചെയ്താൽ എന്തൊക്കെ ഉപകാരം നമുക്ക് കിട്ടും എന്നുള്ളതാണ് വനമാലി പറയുന്നത്. നമ്മൾ കാരണം നമ്മുടെ കയ്യിലൊക്കെ വിലയേറിയ ഫോണുണ്ട്. പക്ഷെ വിലയേറിയ ഫോണ് പലതും നമ്മളതിന്റെ പൂർണ്ണമായ അർത്ഥത്തിൽ ഉപയോഗിക്കുന്നില്ല. അതിൽ ഒരു ആപ്പിന്റെ കാര്യം മാത്രം വനമാലിയെ കൊണ്ട് ഞാൻ പറയിപ്പിക്കുകയാണ്.
Friends, good evening. You have to download the Google Assistant app from Play Store. Okay. After download the app in the Play Store, we have to install the app. After installing the app, it will recognize your voice. After your voice recognized, You can always ask your mobile. Okay, Google, call Mr. John. Whatever name you store, if I am stored as okay, Google, call TU John mobile. The call will go. When I say, okay, Google, open WhatsApp. Okay, Google, open mail. Okay, Google, nearest petrol bunk. Okay, Google, nearest ATM center. We can ask navigation. If you are going to your client place, you don't know the map, then immediately you can ask, okay, Google, navigation, the address. Immediately you will get map in the mobile. So like this, if you are sitting in front of your client is asking about FD rates, you can ask, okay, Google, today bank FD rate. Okay, Google, today Sensex rate. Today gold rate. Whatever you ask, everything you will get. That is the biggest advantage in Google Assistant. You can ask any branch address. For example, if you are traveling, you want to communicate to your client, you can say, okay, Google, send message to you, John. It will ask SMS or WhatsApp. If you say SMS, it will ask, tell me your message. You have to say your message, Mr. John, I am on the way, please wait. It will ask, shall I send? Okay. Then the message will go. Like this, without operating, we don't no need to go to your contact, no need to touch, find the name, no need to type everything. We just go and just tell, okay, Google, send message. Okay, Google, call. Whatever you want, you can do only by voice command. These are the biggest advantages in Google Assistant. Thank you.
Like your Google Assistant at home, you have your spouse. Okay, Google, supply vada. Okay, Google, chai please. Okay, Google, or kattan chai.
Oh, now that way Vanamali is ordering, isn't it, SUBASREE?
I was just joking.
Yeah, yes, it is a great advantage. വളരെ പ്രധാനപ്പെട്ട ഒരു കാര്യമാണ്. നമ്മൾ ഈ വണ്ടിയിൽ യാത്ര ചെയ്യുന്ന സമയത്ത് പലപ്പോഴും പലരും ഫോൺ എടുത്ത് കഷ്ടപ്പെട്ട് കണ്ണാടിയൊക്കെ എടുത്ത് വെച്ചിട്ട് നമ്പർ തിരഞ്ഞ് വിളിക്കാറുണ്ട്. ഒന്നും ആവശ്യമില്ല. പ്ലേ സ്റ്റോറിൽ പോവുക, ഗൂഗിൾ അസിസ്റ്റന്റ് എന്നുള്ള ആപ്പ് ഡൗൺലോഡ് ചെയ്യുക. അത് ഫിക്സ് ചെയ്ത് കഴിഞ്ഞാൽ നമ്മുടെ ശബ്ദം തിരിച്ചറിഞ്ഞിട്ട് ആ ശബ്ദം നമ്മൾ പറയുന്നതനുസരിച്ച് അത് പ്രവർത്തിക്കും. എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞാൽ പഴയ കാലത്തെ അലാവുദ്ദീന്റെ കാലത്ത് പറഞ്ഞാൽ നമ്മുടെ അടിമയായി ഈ ഫോൺ മാറും. നമ്മൾ എന്ത് പറയുന്നു അതനുസരിച്ച് അത് ചെയ്യാൻ പറ്റും. ഒരാളെ വിളിക്കാൻ പറഞ്ഞാൽ വിളിക്കും, മെസ്സേജ് അയക്കാൻ പറഞ്ഞാൽ എന്ത് തരം മെസ്സേജാണ്, SMS ആണോ വാട്സാപ്പ് ആണോ, എന്ത് ജോലി വേണമെങ്കിലും ചെയ്യാൻ പറ്റും. എന്ന് മാത്രമല്ല, നമ്മളൊരു കസ്റ്റമറുടെ അടുത്തിരിക്കുമ്പോൾ കസ്റ്റമർ സംശയം ചോദിക്കുന്നു, അദ്ദേഹം പറയുകയാണ് ഇന്ന് ഫെഡറൽ ബാങ്കിൽ എനിക്ക് 8% കിട്ടിയെന്ന് പറഞ്ഞാൽ നമുക്ക് വെരിഫൈ ചെയ്യാം. എത്രയാണ് FD, എത്രയാണ് NSE റേറ്റ്, ഇന്നത്തെ സ്വർണത്തിന്റെ വില എന്താണ്, ഇന്ന് മാർക്കറ്റ് എങ്ങനെയാണ് തുടങ്ങി സൂര്യന് കീഴിലുള്ള ഏത് വിവരങ്ങളും ഇതിനോട് ചോദിച്ചാൽ കൃത്യമായ ഉത്തരം നമുക്ക് വരും. നമ്മൾ എങ്ങും പോവണ്ട, ഗൂഗിളിൽ പോയി സെർച്ച് ചെയ്യണ്ട, ഗൂഗിളിൽ പോയി നോക്കേണ്ട. എല്ലാ കാര്യങ്ങളും നമുക്ക് ഇതിൽ നിന്ന് ലഭിക്കുമെന്നുള്ളതാണ് പ്രത്യേകത. തൊട്ടടുത്ത് പെട്രോൾ പമ്പ് എവിടെയുണ്ട് അത് പറഞ്ഞു തരും. അടുത്ത 100 മീറ്റർ കഴിഞ്ഞാൽ വലതുവശത്തുണ്ട്. തൊട്ടടുത്ത് ATM എവിടെയുണ്ട് ചോദിച്ചാൽ പറയും. LIC ബ്രാഞ്ച് എവിടെയുണ്ട്, ഇന്ന LIC ബ്രാഞ്ചിന്റെ അഡ്രസ് ഏതാണ്. ഇപ്പൊ നമുക്ക് ചെന്നൈ 25 ബ്രാഞ്ച് നമ്പർ അഡ്രസ് ചോദിച്ചാൽ പറഞ്ഞു തരും. അങ്ങനെ സൂര്യന് കീഴിലുള്ള ഏതൊരറിവും വളരെ കൃത്യമായി ഗൂഗിൾ അസിസ്റ്റന്റ് നമ്മുടെ ഫോണിൽ ഉണ്ടായെങ്കിൽ അത് പറഞ്ഞു തരും. അതുകൊണ്ട് ഒരാപ്പെങ്കിലും നിന്ന് പഠിക്കുക. ബാക്കി നമുക്ക് വനമാലിയുടെ അടുത്ത സെഷൻ, we will have another session of Vanamali in the next month because it is a vast subject, cyber security, and last month's continuation. We will have it on next month. So once again, my sincere thanks to the wonderful couple, Vanamali and SUBASREE Vanamali. Both are willing to help each and every one of you. I know after last month's class, so many people contacted Vanamali for clarification. Without any hesitation, he was willing to clear their doubts and he was helping them. So hats off to this wonderful couple. Once again, my sincere thanks to both of them on behalf of Kottayam LUGI chapter. So now I request Mr. Padmanabhan to take over to concluding remarks and lot of thanks.
So friends, we had a wonderful session and hope all of you would be enlightened how to create business miracles in this pandemic period. Now, please listen to certain announcements. Tomorrow also, we have arranged an informative session, and the topic is A to Z of claims, pension policy servicing, and customer portal. Two officers from LIC Changanur branch are jointly presenting the session. Madam Ajita Kumari and Madam Suhana S. Khan are the officers. This topic will be immensely useful for the agents to enhance their knowledge level, which will in turn lead to enable them for canvassing large volume of business. Friends, this is LUGI. LUGI is a great educational forum, and LUGI stands for imparting knowledge only. Since it is not a trade union of agents, please make it a note that any insurance marketing professional, even though he is already a member of any union, he can become a member of LUGI and get benefited, because at the cost of repetition, I am proud to say, LUGI is an educational platform only. That is why, as you know, LUGI annual convention is recognized by LIC of India as an educational training, and rupees 15,000 is allowed to Chairman's Club or Club Galaxy members as reimbursement if they attend LUGI convention. Now, I am glad to say there is an option to claim even rupees 20,000 if a Chairman's or Club Galaxy member is attending LUGI convention. And LUGI is imparting technical knowledge to agents through FCHFP, Fellow Chartered Financial Practitioner, and CIP courses, Certificate in Insurance Planning. CIP Kottayam batch is going on very well, even in this COVID season, through webinar. So those who have not yet joined LUGI and wish to be a part of LUGI, they may please send me a WhatsApp stating their full name, branch, and email ID, so that they will receive all the relevant info, that is LUGI membership form, article on why LUGI, benefit of being a life member, and bank account details. My number, please note, 94471-58005. At the cost of repetition, 94471-58005. Thank you, friends. Now I am entering into my second assignment. I explained so many benefits of LUGI. The founder, president of this great organization, Mukhavar Tilaham, Talaivar P. Srinivasan sir is with us today, and it is our great fortune. Friends, all of you would be aware that LIC's all top officials, namely our Honorable Chairman M.R. Kumar sir, Managing Directors Sushil Kumar sir, Mukesh Gupta sir, Vipin Anand sir, Raj Kumar sir, and our Zonal Manager Kadaresan sir have participated, delivered their deliberations, responded to all the questions and suggestions positively, and certain suggestions have already been accepted and implemented too. So many suggestions are going to be implemented in near future. The only one key person behind all the great happenings is none other than our dear Talaivar. Talaivaraya has inaugurated this session and was kind enough to deliver a short but inspiring speech. Friends, do you know, this 82-year young chap is continuing as the member of prestigious corporate club of LIC. We are so delighted to have his presence with us today. On behalf of LUGI Kottayam chapter and on behalf of all of the participants assembled here, I humbly and wholeheartedly wish to submit a marvelous garland of gratitude, a rose garland of gratitude to our Honorable Talaivar. Friends, LUGI Kottayam chapter has conducted its 15th webinar today. The super brain and inspiration behind all these webinars is none other than our Kerala Talaivar, the patron of LUGI Kerala and a strong pillar of the entire LUGI itself, our dear T.U. John sir. He is finding out the right speakers or presenters, and we are just executing it. He is the guiding force for LUGI Kerala. On behalf of LUGI Kottayam chapter and all friends assembled here, I submit a jasmine garland of gratitude, our great to you, John sir. Our respected Secretary General of LUGI, Sri K. Ravi, is with us today. He is gem of a person looking after all the administrative functions of LUGI very well. He is the coordinator of all webinars arranged by LUGI headquarters, in which LIC's top officials participated and gave deliberations. So, on behalf of LUGI Kottayam chapter, I extend a lotus garland of gratitude to Secretary General of LUGI, Sri K. Ravi. Friends, today's main speaker, Dr. SUBASREE VANAMALI Madam. Madam, அருமையான உரையாடல், இனிமையான அனுபவம். A beautiful English. Ma'am, the session was super. The flow of your talk was like pouring oil from bottle to tumbler. It was so smooth and uninterrupted. The only interruption you had was from our side. And I am sorry for the same. I take the moral responsibility for the same. There was some interruptions. Only those outside interruptions only can interrupt. Otherwise, your talk was uninterrupted and smooth like pouring oil from bottle to tumbler. The way of your presentation and your expressions while presenting was really impressive. I may recollect 2 points from your talk, madam. Please, friends, please listen. 2 points from her talk. Accept personal responsibility for your own growth. No one can do it for you. What you do today will determine your readiness for tomorrow. Number 2, participate in online classes to stay current in your field of expertise. Madam, on behalf of LUGI Kottayam chapter and on my own behalf and all of the friends assembled here, I extend a rose bouquet of gratitude as our humble token of love and affection to you, madam. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
I'm blessed. I'm really blessed and grateful for all the participants who have been listening. I'm also grateful to the Kottayam chapter, and I'm grateful to Talaivar, and I'm grateful to my husband for introducing this forum. And I also learn every time when I interact with you. Thank you so much.
Only thing is, you are so fast and you are running a super express. We could not run and reach sometime. Sometimes that's the only thing is. And Vanamali, you are the better half. No, I am wrong. You are the best half of our chief guest today of SUBASREE. And sir, நீங்க போன வாரம் என்ன பண்ணீங்கன்னா டிஜிட்டல் டூல்ஸ் அப்படியே எங்க முன்ன அள்ளி வீசிட்டீங்க. ஏகப்பட்ட டிஜிட்டல் டூல்ஸ் பா, என்னது கூகுள் அசிஸ்டன்ட், கூகுள் ஃபார்ம்ஸ், டிஜி லாக்கர், கவுண்ட் பண்ணவே முடியாது. அந்த மாதிரி அந்த அள்ளி வீசிட்டீங்க. அதுல இருந்து எங்களுக்கு எதெல்லாம் வேணும்னு பொறுக்கி எடுக்கத்தான் எங்களால தான் முடியல. இன் இங்கிலீஷ், ஃப்ரெண்ட்ஸ், Sri Vanamali, the king of digital marketing. He has thrown before us last week so many digital tools like Google Assistant, Google Forms, DigiLocker, etc., etc. The only question is, how many digital tools we could pick up and we could utilize and we could implement and we could get benefit. That's the only point. I hope in the coming days, Sri Vanamali sir will again come to our webinars and enlighten on us on digital marketing. and especially cyber security. Today, we have planned, but due to time constraint, we could not make it. And so we hope in coming days, we could hear on cyber security from him. And on behalf of LUGI Kottayam chapter, and on my own behalf, I extend a rose plus lotus plus mixed garland of gratitude to our great Sri Vanamali, the king of digital marketing. And I am very happy to see that our ex-marketing manager, Jyotikumar sir, is with us. Jyotikumar sir is attending every meeting of us, and he is really contributing in so many ways to LUGI. And we are so happy that he is with us today. And so I extend our sincere gratitude to him. And friends, one of our LIC marketing officials, Ajay Kurb sir, is here with us. I can see his name. He is the manager of Pandalameso. And I am mentioning him because he is conducting so many webinars during the last 3 months. And he is enlightening about so many knowledge level of agents community. And he is with us today. And I extend our gratitude to him also. And our LUGI's Chief Executive Officer, CEO Gurumurthy sir is with us today. And I submit our sincere gratitude to him for joining us in this session. And see, our host of the session is Mr. Praveen Nair. I have to say 2 points on him. He is the only one subject trainer available in Kerala equal to him. He has sacrificed his life for LIC and LIC agents community. Number 1 point. Number 2 point, in his ID only, LUGI Kottayam chapter is conducting all these meetings so that even 1,000 people also can join this meeting. It is only in his ID also. So on behalf of LUGI Kottayam chapter, I extend splendid gratitude to Sri Praveen Nair, our host. And there is one more personality, Mr. Rabi Thomas Abraham. He is associating with LUGI for the day one, and he is always contributing to LUGI in a great extent. And today, in the absence of Mr. Praveen Nair, Mr. Rabi sir was the host, and he is the only one senior business associate, SBA of Kottayam branch 1. And on behalf of LUGI Kottayam chapter, I extend wholehearted gratitude to Rabi sir. Thank you, sir. And last but not least, the participants. The participants have joined from 3 p.m. itself, and they were listening to the end. So, on behalf of LUGI Kottayam chapter, and on my own behalf, I extend our hearty gratitude to all the LIC managers, LIC officials, and all the development officers, and all my agent friends, and all members from LUGI other chapters also. I extend a wholehearted welcome. Thank you very much. Jai Hind, Jai LIC, Jai LUGI. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. We are dispersing. Tomorrow we'll have a session on subjects, claims, customer portal, and pension products. So it will be also in English mixed with Malayalam.
Hello, sir.
Johnson, may I leave?
Okay, you can leave. So we are.
Thank you.
Hello, sir.
Thank you,
SUBASREE madam. Thank you very much.
Nala 3 manikku കാണാം. Okay, thank you. Maybe we will wind up.
Vanamaliya, vanakkam. Thank you. Vanamaliya, vanakkam. Thank you.
Hello, Mind Power book in the parent, sir. Hello, sir. Mind Power book in the peri.
Thank you so much, Padmanabhan, for excellent meeting.
Yes.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Thank you so much, John sir, Padmanabhan sir, for all the friends of Kottayam chapter.
Romba sandosha. Yes.
Okay.
Thank you.